any 2d12, like from concealment or just because the person you're dealing with for some reason rolls 2d12 for dodging. Okay, I got my dice. Man, I like this green d20 I got. The numbers are so vibrant. The shape feels a bit weird. Slightly small. You okay there, man? I hear a whole bunch of stuff in the background.
Yeah. Keeps happening.
It's happened, yes. Oh. So, where did we leave this all off at? Again, I think you had just met a large deer man.
Yeah, something like that.
And you had given each other the ending of the episode high five, so to speak.
Yeah. We also found a mummified corpse of somebody.
I prefer the term desiccated, but alright.
Eh.
An old crusty corpse.
Uh,
If you want to be rude about it, fine. And after that, you are presumably just going to hit the road and do your delivery. Since you found a lucky charm. You also asked Wilson to come along, Sir Wilson.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to show him to Mr. Pomplamoose.
Yeah, we might verify whether this is the actual Pomplamoose, and not just someone else.
He does. Sir Wilson does take like a little bit of time to call all his men together, and tell them all to meet him at the usual spot, and that'll be back in a couple of days. Not to hang around town, since apparently people are going to come back soon enough. It's really quiet out here when there's like nobody around. It's not even forced quiet. It's just like brickwork. No quiet swaying of the trees, distant crackling. Just the wind whisking across stones. With a herring, I like that one. I like that in RuneScape, if you try that, it doesn't work. It actually tells you that this is not the mightiest tree in the forest.
Yep.
RuneScape used to be so fun before it started to get up its own ass with how epic it was. Man, that game went so far up its own ass. It came out the other end and started Ouroboros-ing itself.
Ooh.
Nowadays, it's all like, be the hero of the fifth or whatever age it is. Ugh. Going back to you guys, at least. You're free to continue exploring the town, or leave and get paid. It'll be a couple of days' journey. The town you're going to is called Valais, or Vallis, to people of the less educated disposition. And it's a few days' trip from here. You can hoof it, pun intended.
Yeah, like, is there anything else for us here in this ruined town? Really, like, we could just head back. Place is kind of depressing, really.
There is this unnatural chill you get from being in a town that's completely deserted and not burned out.
Reasonable.
Yeah. I guess we could meet up with the badger lady we rescued.
Don't forget about her, no.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not like you locked her inside. She would eventually leave on her own if you didn't show up.
Yeah. We could, escort her. Yeah, good deed of the day. Get that done with.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, unless, like, in the end, she might consider this her home and might want to stay, but
We might as well ask.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, she would probably want to come to another town to get like a priest and some people who can help fix what's broken to get the town in working shape. Like, even if she wants to stay, leaving right now is the better long-term plan.
Yeah.
This place is too empty to live alone.
Yeah. Oh. Where did we leave her off at? The warehouse, I think.
Yeah, you were in like the top floor of the fortress. Yeah, you left her. Oh no, yes, you left her at the warehouse. And she started to look around for what she could scrape together to sell off and sort of buy her way back and entice some people to come along. Of course, since everyone thinks this place is haunted, she'll probably have somewhat of a hard time.
To find someone that could make it less haunted? Oh well.
Are you guys experts at making ghosts go away?
Not really.
Someone has to be.
Someone has to be.
Maybe if they're solid enough.
Maybe if they're solid enough. What an optimistic way to look at life.
Hmm.
In this system, you can't kill a ghost that easily, no.
Well,
In fact, even in D&D, I think ghosts come back regardless of what you do after a little bit of time.
yes, well, at least some of them. If they had that one rule.
I think it's called rejuvenation.
Trait. Yeah, that thing. And even then you can like break it with some effort.
I'm not going to tell you guys are going to go unless you like tell me that you want to go.
Yeah, let's
So-
go. What's even the point of staying anymore?
Yeah. Let's get on the
I want to
road.
be where the people are because only the people are.
Maybe pick up some salt. That works against ghosts, right?
The circle of salt.
Or just, throw it at them. Like, seems logical.
Roll me mind academics.
What's my mind? My mind is a D4. And my academics doesn't exist. Let's see. D4. What's the challenge thing?
It's 3. It's 4 and up as always.
Well, I just rolled a 4.
Did you? It's not showing for me.
I'm choosing to use actual dice.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, in that case, you do know that salt works better against the unholy things of life, things that are naturally desiccated. Against ghosts, if you really want to ward off a ghost, there are certain types of plants that and some types of like specific, like not table salt, like other types of salts supposedly work. But you're gonna have to consult a wizard because you're not that well educated on ghostly matters.
Yeah.
To a knight as yourself, if there was a ghost, you just talk to someone and make them do it.
Hey, Elilin?
Yeah.
What's your take on ghost vulnerabilities? Like, I think salt works against them, and I did find this nifty silver sword. Like, will that do anything?
It would certainly work against some creatures of interest in nature, but I'm not sure if ghosts can really be faced by anything.
Oh, I feel more reassured already.
Excellent.
So, shall we head to the warehouse and maybe scavenge some salt for us?
Sure.
You head out. Sir Wilson follows along. He Doesn't
And
get too involved in your business.
I bet he's very impressed with how we are doing.
He's impressed enough with how you're holding up. As you go down from the hill, it's a weird look to see, but eventually you reach the warehouse with just a couple of chills down your back. You hear some metal and clanging inside as someone is clearly just looking around very aggressively.
Nice.
Someone's looking around very aggressively.
Well, it's the lady. It's you can hear someone muttering about looking for what looks most valuable. And like she doesn't need when people come back.
Just kind of more march inside. Hello. Finding what you need.
She kind of waves over. I'm good. Are we going?
Yeah. Soonish. Have you seen any salt around here?
What do you need salt for?
Well, there has been a concern of ghosts has been raised, so can't be too prepared.
Huh. She she doesn't quite know about that, but if you're the one asking, she points to the corner where you see a couple of they're kind of like barrels, but they're a bit round. They're a bit more. They're a mixture between a crate and a barrel, and they're very clearly labeled salt on the top. Not on the side, so you wouldn't immediately notice. So I don't feel like a complete idiot when she points it out.
Right. Okay, thank you. And go and pick up a barrel of salt.
Okay.
No idea how big this thing is.
Well, it's not a small barrel. This is like a barrel meant to carry between towns as like a supply.
Hmm.
Shouldn't need more than like a baggie of it.
Yes.
And we need to concern ourselves with... No, wait.
Yeah.
Do we need to pay her for this?
I don't think
I don't
she
think it's
owns.
hers.
Yeah. I think this is like the town's property.
I mean,
Something like that.
she's like the only person of the town left, so.
Well, yeah.
And she might need a town reconstruction effort fund.
Well, they won't miss like a baggie of salt, so you know.
Yeah, they.
Well,
I mean, if she's not gonna complain, no one's really going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scavenge the bag, a little bag of some sort, like a little bag that you can like hang from your belt pouch. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what did I just find? I was looking up to see how much salt would actually cost in this setting. Let's see.
It's just that all medieval. It's quite valuable stuff.
Yeah, it's up there. How much more expensive is it than eggs? A lot more. You didn't need much of it, and it wasn't really produced. Like salt production is not something they could do very easily back then. Mostly because they were dumb. Putting dumbs aside. Oh my goodness, bushels. I like how this chart mentions bushels. Bushels of coal. You can take like a bag full of salt and probably not get yelled at.
Yeah.
This is like a big fat barrel that's meant to last a while, and there's a couple more, so.
So, yeah.
Why are you worried about evil ghosts, though? You're leaving the place where evil ghosts are.
I mean, when in doubt,
Yeah.
gotta be prepared.
Doesn't hurt to be prepared.
When ghosts.
Ghosts are no joking matter.
Don't joke about ghosts.
Oof. Too bad we don't have a donkey or something to carry this stuff.
No.
Be hella valuable. Oh well.
You now have salt. How exciting.
Yay.
You can see Wilson sort of going like, is this gonna take long? Like,
Huh?
I
No.
want to get my business over with. Thank you.
Do you two have anything you want from this place?
This is mostly like tools and stuff. Don't expect to find any high grade armors or or armaments here. But if you're looking for a trowel, they got you covered.
Yeah.
I'm all good. Ready to hit the road.
You can get a bag of flour if you want to make a
Ow.
flour bomb.
I guess I could pick up some jerky or something. Snack on.
There are cured meats.
Hell yeah.
You're not going to find any turkey though. Mostly because that would be cannibalism, and that's evil.
Right.
Are we seriously just kind of loot in this town now? I mean, I guess.
You're taking your just dues. You
Mhm.
solved the bandit problem.
Yeah,
I guess.
So yeah, well, I'm done with this place as I exited by a pouch of bag of salt and a leg of some animal. No.
Things are fine. Nom, nom.
Yes.
Leg of ham. That's still whatever. We'll say that it's from another type of animal and it's still called ham. As in a proper, not intelligent animal.
The ham animal.
The hanimal. Well, it is up to you to decide if you're going back again. I'm not gonna tell you what you're doing unless you tell me what you're doing.
I don't think it's about time we should head off unless you guys have anything to do.
Yeah, it's.
And hit the road it is. It should only be a few days' travel to Valais or Vallis. Again, depending on how noble you were raised. The road there isn't too exciting, although along the way you do meet up with the occasional, like, merchant. Not many are along the way, but you meet up with some of them who are like, you heard about the town yet? And all that. Your usual superstitious crowd, although you can tell that some of them are like, They wring their hands. Like, they're gonna go on the looting trip. You guys decided not to.
Hope they like trowels.
I hope they like ghosts.
Ghosts and trowels.
Stealing from the dead is a great way to get haunted by a ghost.
Gardening ghosts.
Along the way, however,
Yeah.
can you all roll me, what is it again? I think it's observation? Mind observation?
Observation. Hey, I have something like that.
This
Does
isn't
it
the most...
happen? Does this happen during the day?
Either or. Yeah, you're not going to travel during the day. You need your rest.
3, 4, 2.
2 and a 3.
Well, someone's
What's the
got
difficulty?
It's usually 4 and up is a success. And multiple
well.
successes are overwhelming successes.
Well, no successes.
So I'll specify if it's any other difficulty. Putting that aside, our resident monsieur has the keen eyes of an eagle, or a squirrel in this case.
Ooh.
She notices something that she didn't notice on the way there, which is that off in the distance, there's not really a path leading to it. There's this weak path leading to it. There's a little tower in the distance.
Oh.
It's close enough that it might be built to protect the road, but far enough away that that it might be someone's private residence.
Oh.
Shady tower. So, how far from the not really haunted village are we by now?
You're at least a day's travel away, so you're all sort of in between the two villages.
Yeah. I'm not expecting a possible resident to have caught local news then.
The trees here are quite high, by the way. So this tower is about 3 to 4 floors high, and it doesn't peek out over the top. Like if you could look over the woods, this thing would be like a rooftop, very slightly sticking out.
Can I, like, do I know this place? Since I have, like, geography and stuff, I can know locations.
You're also a mill person, so
Yeah, I'm a mail person. I may have delivered letters here before.
well,
The weird forest tower.
in that case, you can roll me the bonus d12 for your geography. You can roll me your career dice. What would be an appropriate one for this? I think academics is supposed to be like the catch-all term. Although if you're saying noticing, I will say it's more observation. Oh, no, wait, no. This is going to be mind, academics, geography, because you would know this place since you're a mailman. You've probably delivered here. Not much because you have to think about it, but
Okay, so academics, mind, difficulty 4. Do you say?
yeah, as usual.
And then I'll do a d12 separately. That's a good d12.
You also get to roll your career dice, as I said,
And a career dice as well.
because you're a mailman. Why wouldn't you know this place?
So I'm a mailman. Career
Well,
is
mill lady, actually.
6.
A male person. You're a male person. It's just a weird word to say.
Another 3.
Well, you have enough successes to know that this place, the last time you ever delivered here, which was a while ago, this place was just a guard tower. But back then there was a guy standing outside who took the letters, which is why he thought it was a mill tower, a guard tower. A mail tower. It's a tower where they store the mail.
The mail tower.
It's like a water
A
tower
tower
for
that you
mail.
can eat.
Actually, that wouldn't be a terrible idea, a mail tower. Like if every single delivery person is someone with wings, you can just build a tower and stuff all the letters in it. Putting that aside, yes, you do know that this used to be a guard tower, but doesn't look like it too much. Also looks a little bit more overgrown than last time.
Huh.
I don't think we really have any reason to check it out, but are we in a hurry?
You're not necessarily in a hurry. Depends on how badly you want to get paid.
Well, I mean, we are escorting 2 people to the city.
Yeah. I would like to get paid for this thing, you know. I don't even see this tower that you are talking about, so.
We can check it out on our way, in case we would be going towards the village again, I guess.
Fair enough. You put a pin on it, making a mental note of its location.
Right.
And then you continue on your trek. Heading off to Valais. It's a village like the village you came from. Your standard mixtures of constructions. Although Valais clearly is a village that someone invested some money into because there's a lot more brickwork going on, like a lot more stone-built structures. Things that probably wouldn't light up in a fire too much. It's also hustling and bustling. There's a lot of people around. You can smell food in the air. The cobblestone under your feet. That telltale slight wobble. Or, well, it's uneven, slightly. Not uneven enough that you actually have any issue moving, but, you know, the usual unevenness of cobblestone. You know where to find Lord Pomplamoose, because he has taken residence in one of the upstanding inn of the place. This isn't a big enough place to have more than one upstanding inn.
Rightio. Okay, how do we want to handle this?
By the way,
Yeah.
the badger lady at this point kind of scurries off to do what she needs to do.
Take
Yep.
care.
She waves you goodbye.
Bye.
Nice lady.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where the person claiming to be Pompamoose is staying.
It's a nice inn. Like I'm talking, bottom floor is all stone, very fine stone, carved and all, and the top floor is nice wood construction. The kind with beams and then the placard walls. Window. This place has windows, by the way, like glass windows too.
Oof,
It's fancy.
Wow, that never happens.
first class. Right. So is Wilhelm with us?
Wilson is still with you, and he would appreciate not being called Wilhelm.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was Wilson. Damn. I don't know where I got
Sir
Wilhelm.
Wilson.
Wilson. Right.
Sir Wilson of W.
Hmm.
But that's made up.
So
Excuse me for a moment.
I think it's best if you handle your business first, and then I go.
right.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So head inside.
It's a nice inn. There's carpeting, like fancy carpeting. And there's a staircase going up. You know that Lord Pomplamoose, last time you saw him, had one of the upstairs rooms.
Right.
If you want to go straight to him, you can go straight to him.
Yeah, yes, yes, I guess, yes.
You knock on his front door. It's a sturdy wooden door, and you can hear the slight echo in it. And then you hear the screeching of a man. Let me just check out my
Oh no.
log.
A man.
Which would be Lord
uh,
Pomplamoose, who's screaming for "Who's there?
oh, oh, it's that kind of scream, not like,
Who is bothering Lord?"
ah, it is I, Leopold the Hasty,
Who?
the guy you hired to retrieve your thing.
Ah, yes, yes. Open the door.
Yeah,
Click, clock. Door open. You see him sitting behind a desk. The light is pouring in from behind him through the glass window. This is quite a fancy room, especially for one person. Hello. You've come to bring my thing.
yes, your, necklace. Yes,
As you step
your
through
thing.
the door, you notice that there are guards flanking you on both sides, as one would expect from a nobility.
Hmm.
They don't look like your usual like royal guard. They're more like heiries.
Well, yeah, yeah. Understandable. That situation.
Can I see it so I can verify you got the right thing?
Um,
Okay. I reach into the bag, my mail
Yep.
bag, and pull it out.
You pull out
So shiny.
It is shiny. Let me make sure that I got the details here right.
So, are there any voice for the Lord, or is it that he actually looks kind of like a...
The Lord is a white mouse, and he's not. He looks like the kind of person who would have a screechy voice like that.
Right.
Puppet mouse.
You take out the silver necklace with the sapphire attached.
Yep.
And he waves his hand closer just to put on his desk. I want to see it.
Oh, and I put it down.
No manners. No manners at all. Quietly mumbles to himself as he takes the thing. Gives it a look. Squints. It's like he gives this a discerning eye. I don't know why, but my throat is just clogging up all the time now. he gives it a discerning eye, and then he kind of jumps, and he goes, "Ah, yes. You found it. Found my thing."
Yes, indeed.
Of course we have.
Now, how much did I offer to pay you again?
How much?
I don't think we were told that.
Hmm. A handsome reward. Was promised.
yes, handsome reward. There's a small case on his desk made from fine exotic woods. It's not a wallet, but he seems to treat it like one as he opens it, and from velvet cushions, he pulls out a denarii for each of you.
One whole denarii?
I mean,
One.
it's a day's labor technically, but you've been traveling for more than a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I don't. This is.
I mean, you just had to walk over there and get it for me. There's no hauntings, no ghosts, no nothing.
You'd be surprised. Plus,
You met a ghost?
Well,
We met an elemental among other things.
yes, and the
Good
place.
thing they had me there.
Yes, and the place wasn't entirely abandoned.
You look fine. It wasn't a problem at all. By the way, for context, Lord Wilson is standing outside. He's not coming in until you're done.
Yes. And we.
No.
Yeah. So. This is really not quite sufficient, I'm afraid.
Why not? It's a shiny coin.
There's a
These are
travel
as for context, these are really shiny coins.
Yes, it is really nice and shiny, but we did travel several days. There was combat pay, retrieving this thing. It was hidden after all.
You get paid by the round in combat.
Maybe we should have taken at least one of the heads.
I mean, they were all alive by the end of it. That'd be extremely rude. Especially since Sir Wilson is following you around.
I mean, we could have at least asked.
Can one of you miss a head? And someone's like, I'm actually a Hydra, go ahead.
Well,
At this point, you see him kind of scrabbling onto his desk because he's that tiny, and the desk is that big. This is a desk for like every size, so he kind of scrambles on to grab the necklace before you can put it away.
So yes, a couple more denarii would be more in tune with our efforts.
He reaches into the little case, and he puts one more denarii on the stack of 3. That's a 33% increase, which you probably wouldn't know.
I can count at least to 4, excuse you.
Impressive. But that doesn't mean you know what percentiles are.
Yes. One more when there are 3 of us doesn't seem right.
Unless you've got a smaller denomination for us to split it. Honestly, I think if we are honestly going to deal with single coins like this, I believe that 7 or 8 would be a good amount. 4
Yes.
for the big guy here. Really came through.
Yeah.
It's bad habit to negotiate with nobles. He screeches in the kind of voice of someone who has his toys taken away.
Yes, well.
Jeez, you've got a whole box of these. What's a few of them? Just like one of these percentiles things to you.
It's an even worse habit not to pay your workers.
He's not going to specify how many coins are in there, and he sort of quickly shuts the box before he can get a look.
Yes, you are a...
From context, the box is big enough to contain a lot of money. It's still something you can carry onto your arm, but coin-wise, a lot. Yeah. Especially if there's any of the big coins in there, the gold ones.
Yeah.
I forgot what their name is. I think they're called Orioles.
Yes, this is... like I'm trying to get across that this is like pennies to him. Like, what, as a noble,
You're the fool who believes in trickle down. I see. Just because it's pennies to you, to him, doesn't mean he's gonna share it.
penny.
Well, I
pinching
believe
is-
he should. Oh well,
Hmm.
very well, sire.
Penny pinching is a
He's very good at the penny pinching, considering how much you guys are giving up.
Look. I'm not sure how to specify what I'm saying out loud and what I'm not.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to just make an argument where I'm trying to make a very subtle threat. I'm just kidding, I'm not. No, but honestly, my point is pay your hires properly or they might want to betray you. Is what I want to say.
yes.
Roll me some body and presence, please.
Can I help with that since I'm also kind of trying to get across message like that? Like,
Fine.
Like, I'm fine being blown off with one coin, but I do not vouch for my friends here, which
Fine.
might be greedier.
You are allowed to use Leopold's D10 for your body presence.
Plus, I have team player, so can I assist for a D12?
Sure, you can make an angry fist and shake it.
Just kind of like angry.
I mean, here I
Angry face
rolled.
behind.
Give him a pirate like squint like her.
Here, you have received a 7 from my roll.
Ooh. Well, in that case, he doesn't look intimidated, but he does look like very grumpy that you're making such a big deal out of this.
I mean, it's just helpful life advice that happy subordinates make for less trouble down the way.
He reaches his hand into the. Oh goodness! He reaches his hand into the box and indiscriminately just grabs at a couple of coins, and then throws those down. And then he puts his hand to the side and crosses his arms.
Yeah.
But we're done here.
yes. A well-paid mercenary is a non-murderous mercenary.
As a quick note, he does indiscriminately grab at coins. These are not necessarily all denarii that he threw on the table.
Yeah, see, you didn't even need to count. That's how much you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure doing business with you, and I smile and grab some of the coins, and then leave.
I pick out exactly 2 denarii from the pile and let Leopold take the rest.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want the specifics on what exactly he threw out there, the pile is consistent out of 5 Orichokes, which is like 5/12 of a denarii. There's 9 denarii in this heap total, like your previous 4 added to it. There are 3 things called quincunxes in it. A quincunx is worth 3, but if you got haggling, it's worth 5. It's a weird sort of merchant coin that people like to exchange, because it's technically not legal tender, but there's still a lot of it around.
The weird, obsolete one.
You got so lucky. There's actually an Oreo in there, hidden at the bottom of the pile, which is worth 24 denarii.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I pick out exactly 2 denarii and I'm done.
Yeah, I'll sweep the rest into my money bag. And yeah, pleasure doing business with you.
So I'm gonna write down the totals for you.
Yes.
By the way, because I'm kinda tired, I'm sitting in a weird place next to my desk, and I can't actually see the screen. I'm thinking I could just open up a dice roll on my phone and tell you any dice that I roll using that.
Anyway, you you take your money, but he looks like he doesn't really want to talk at this point anymore. Which is
It's
also
okay.
kind
Then.
of the point when Sir Wilson comes in.
Ah,
Because he's
yes,
this
we.
grumpy boy.
Ah, yes, we made a friend of yours. Bye.
And you see him open his eye and go, "What friends?" And then he sees the big deer, the
You
big.
know, one of these people we had to fight a bit.
Okay, so in what order do you leave the room? Like who's in last? This is the interesting detail here.
Me, unless someone else wants to.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Mullen,
walking out.
you get a hand on your shoulder from the big man, and he says that you might want to just take a walk. This might get loud.
Mm.
Yeah, so we are.
You can partially tell that he says this because he just doesn't want anyone listening in on what he's going to say. So as you leave, and the door closes behind you, you can't help but wonder what those poor guards are going to have to go through. Considering that at some point they're probably going to have to intervene, but for now it starts to slowly emerge into a shouting match. But lucky for you, the doors are soundproof enough that you can't really hear them. You just hear the loud grumblings of the deer man.
Well, that went well.
Oh,
As you make
That
your
was
way
pleasant.
downstairs, it all seems to be going honky-dory. You got your payday. Everything's looking up. Millhouse. You see the bartender sort of giving you a very, like, I understand, sort of like slow nod of like, you had to deal with that man, I'm sorry. He pays well, but you have to deal with him. Even though he has no clout here. You would all know that Lord Pamplemousse does not actually hold any political sway in this area. So he must be paying handsomely.
Yeah.
But once you go outside, the ruckus from inside the room, which is located a little bit to the right and up from the entrance since it's on the next floor, is starting to get like pretty noisy.
Huh.
Can
Yeah,
all of
well.
you roll me an observation check with mind?
Okay.
You may also use speed, as this situation does require both an acute mind and an acute body to even notice.
Okay.
Definitely
it's-
picking speed.
yeah, speed.
The difficulty here is 4 and up as ever.
Hey, I got 2 successes.
Shh.
I got 3.
What a show off BK is being here with this basically super success. 3.
Well, I mean, I have, like... I'm a bat. I have echolocation. I'm good at observing things.
You really are. That being said, the fact that this glass shatters kind of dazes you for a second. Because glass shatters. The window is broken open. I need okay, wow, even Minna. How many above 4 and up did you get, Leopold?
2.
Jeez, you all just did amazing work here. You
Well,
all
very
notice
observant.
a large, odd-looking tool flying out the window with a rope attached. At least it looks like a rope. It flies into the alley that goes in the opposite street. Stops, or at least you think it stops, because it's a rope. It's hard to tell. It's a very uniform rope, kind of like a rubber band. You know, it's like you can't really tell it's moving backwards or forwards if it moves in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the unearthly screech of a pampered nobleman being confronted with violence and not having a big strong man to protect him.
Yeah.
Leopold, you are well
Not
familiar
this
with the
thing,
screech whenever you
really?
have to spar with any nobleman's sons. Then you see a brisk shadow fly through the air, attached to the rope in some regard. And, well, Lord Wilson also flies out the window.
Huh.
Let's see how he holds up in these circumstances. Well,
I mean, I'd try and catch him, but I'm, like, probably a third of his size and would die. So,
you have a D4 in body. You would probably get smushed by someone of his size.
yeah.
Well, the point is, he holds on for just a little bit, but then he just goes into the ground. Let's see what his ouchie roll is. He does have armor, so he'll probably be fine. He's fine. Surprisingly,
Hooray.
he groans though.
Well, I see your talks have, well, they seem to have gone as well as I thought they would.
Is anyone looking up at the window?
Me, I guess.
There's smoke pouring out of the window. It's
Wow.
it's not like fire smoke. It's like more festive smoke, you'd say.
What did you do in there?
I would like to point out that for context, it did take like a couple of minutes before you were outside, so anything could have happened since then.
I mean, Lord Wilson is on his ass in front of us, right?
Sir Wilson is indeed he's on his chest. Like whatever he was holding chest down. So he basically hit the ground with a sternum. But he has like a breastplate and all, so some of the damage was diverted.
Yeah. So I'm trying to ask him, wow, what did you do in there?
He groans and sounds. He just sounds disoriented.
Well,
Should we go check it out?
quite the fracas there. I will wander over to the alleyway, since that... What does the rope look like?
Can I just scale the wall to get to the window the short way?
You can.
Yeah, can I fly up there? You know?
You can, but if the innkeeper sees you, he'll probably shout at you for climbing his walls.
Yeah, well, he's got bigger problems to shout about given the bang and the people falling out and stuff. I don't
Smoke.
care.
Smoke.
This is not my problem, innkeeper. Well, you climb your way up, and you see a room full of smoke. That's most of what you can see. You can see the little mouse guy hiding behind his desk, like all curled up.
Can I move there to get the smoke out?
How do you want to get the smoke out?
With
Move air.
moving
Oh,
air.
I thought you said move over. No, move air. Yeah, you can very easily just kind of make a breeze to blow it all out.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Leopold is storming down an alleyway, following the dagger he saw in the air.
Yeah.
As the hero he is. I thought I had a sheet for this guy, but I guess not. You see, above you, a figure unlike any figure you've ever quite seen in your life before. To put this in the bluntest possible terms, this is the kind of person where you would go, I don't even know where you're from. They are dressed in how do I explain what this looks like? Somewhat baggy clothes, but there's a lot of parts where thick straps are sort of wrapped around to keep sleeves down and all.
Oh, so he's a Final Fantasy character.
That's kind of. Think more direction of like Rogue Ninja.
Oh.
Yeah, so a Final Fantasy character, yeah.
There's not that many belts and zippers on this one though. Although that's more Kingdom Hearts. This figure sort of lands on the wall with surprising dexterity, and then falls down from it, and doesn't seem to have quite noticed you yet.
Halt, whoever, whatever you are. I don't know what happened there, or who. Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you?
I was kind of expecting a Pomplamoose, but I have no idea who you are.
This figure looks at you for like a brief moment. You see that you can see the cocky smirk and smile under that mask, despite the lack of it, because the eyebrows go down just a little bit. The nose wrinkles. I need to look up what this character species. Where's this detail? Ooh, well, you can't actually tell what species this is. They are humanoid enough, is the term I'm going to scrap it down as. They, whoever they are, they seem nimble enough because they are running at you.
Oh,
As a sort of challenge to your
okay.
posturing.
Right, counter charge. I'll try to tackle them. Ugh.
Look how you describe it as.
Just-
Okay, this is going to be an interesting roll-off. I need you to roll me your melee combat. You're essentially trying to land a blow here, or trying to hit something that's. The way this character is trying to move toward you is more like they're trying to get onto you and jump off of you as an acrobatic stunt.
Right. So that's melee combat with a body.
Body,
Right.
yes.
So yeah, that's 2d8 and a d10. Well, I got a single 10
Well,
and,
that's enough. You beat him.
and two twos.
That is a single success.
Wow.
Because they are quite nimble at this. Oh, wait, no. Wait. I need to re-roll this because this is technically supposed to be... no. Well, in that case... No. I'm going to roll that. Okay. In that case, you still only have one success. They sort of jump at you with the intention to land their feet on your shoulders and basically do a backflip off of you and try to throw their dagger again. But before they can do... Where do you intercept them and how? You can grab their ankles when they're jumping onto you, or try to punch them in the chest when they're jumping.
Yeah, I could try to, like, they are running at me, I'm running at them, they try to jump over me so I can just kind of tackle them in the chest while they're, like, in midair.
In that case, you grab them by the legs, and at this point you have them by the legs, but you're still running towards a wall, and you're moving at quite some speed.
Right, I try to impose them between me and the wall, and just keep on going.
Leopold decides to crash into a wall. In that case, can you please roll me your speed dice?
Speed.
This is going to determine how much ouchie you get from running straight into a wall.
Right, that's a single d6. That's a 3.
Okay, in that case, I need to roll some d6s. I don't know exactly how this works, so let me look up the spot rules, because this is a really specific rule. And it's also located in a really dumb place, for reasons I don't fully understand. Oh my goodness. I have to look where does it mention crashing? Where does it mention? I think it mentions it's under sprinting. Oh my goodness, and now it refers me to page 145. Where is the crashing rules? Photos can try. Okay. Each tonight is. Okay. D4 for. Okay. It is exactly what I thought it was. So don't worry. I had this right. I just need a verification. In that case, I need you to roll a soak against 1 point of damage as you slam into the back wall of the alley.
Yeah. Okay. Soak.
Which is your armor plus your body and maybe will if you have something like resolve.
Okay.
I also have to roll for this baby boy.
So it's armor. So that's a 2d6s and a d10, I think.
You're probably gonna make this. You're pretty tough.
Yeah. Okay, I got a 1, 3, and a.
Soaks are 4s and ups.
Well, I got 1 soak then.
Then you're fine. You're still sent reeling because you took a damage, even if it's 0.
Ooh.
Well, he took the damage effect, I guess. But you're still sent reeling, but so is your target, who is also hurt by this. And just kind of groans as they are. So, as a point of reference, because you have him by the legs, your shoulders... I imagine that your head is off to the side, so your shoulder bumps him into his chest. And just sends him...
Okay.
However, since you're both reeling, you kind of have to release him to recover.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Both just kind of staggering. I try to uppercut him. Just right in the chin. If he has one, I don't know. Just punch him in the face. Where I think the face is.
I'm going to tell you that's speed and brawling, because he is making an escape move by throwing that fancy dagger of him, and is also dodging.
Okay, well, that's a single beat.
Which you cannot beat, because they have a 7.
Right.
So they throw their dagger away, and they swoop out of the scene. Or at least they swoop upwards towards one of the higher windowsills.
Actually, can I try to make this... Like, I have overconfidence.
What does that mean?
There's no simple test, and you
Oh
can't find
yes,
some way to make
overconfidence. Now I remember.
it
Well,
magic.
sure. They might have overconfidence too. I'm not going to tell,
Oh.
but they take the dice.
Right. A D12.
You might make this.
Let's
You have a
see.
pretty good chance at this.
Yeah.
D12. That's a 5.
No, that still does not beat his base 7. In your overconfidence, as you kind of try to grab his leg, you essentially suffer the same fate that Wilson did. You manage to grab his leg to try and pull him down, but whatever this device he's using is strong enough that you are pulled up a bit and land on your ass.
Ugh.
It doesn't hurt you, but you're like, ah!
Ugh.
Also, luckily
Slippery
for you,
bugger.
leather is nice and cushy around the tushy.
Wink.
They sit up there for a split second. And they kind of look at you. Do you want to say anything?
I still do not know what just happened. Who are you? What?
They make a gesture, which you can only interpret as probably being obscene in some regard.
Hmm.
And they'd say, "It's okay!"
Well, I shake my fist at them.
What a nice cultural exchange. In the meantime, someone is blowing wind out of a room. That's going quite well. You can see Lord Pomplamoose curling up. You see the two guards in the back who are very confused at the fact that there's smoke in the room. That's not supposed to happen. Alelan, what do you do
Yeah.
now that you have evaluated the room?
Ask the people present what the hell.
How am I supposed to know what the hell just happened?
You were there. That's how.
All I know is that man was screaming, and now he isn't. Well, I'm not going to give you an observation check because I think you have a knack for it. You would most likely notice that the amulet is gone. Like he was holding it last time you saw him, and it's no longer in his hands. He might have put it away, but it's the first thing that catches your eye.
Oh, great.
And also that no coins have been taken. Like the little box is open in a crack. You can see enough inside to see that like no significant amount of money has been grabbed and snatched.
Well then.
Go catch the criminal, you oaf! Give me my whatever.
Leopold was already on it. I had to ensure some people's safety.
You can tell that this is someone who's like, I want you to do what I tell you to, but at the same time you did something that I can't be angry about without looking like an asshole. So they're just kind of going.
We've got at least 2 other people here that I might want to care about, even if not about you.
Oh. He is speechless, and the guards. They run out. They run out the door to go catch the criminal, or at least look busy, or at least not be in this room with this angry boy.
Oh, I see that there's no longer anyone here for me to worry about then. So I'm off to catch the criminal. Bye. And I leap off.
Holly, what have you been doing during all this?
Well, I was originally just checking to see if Wilson was okay, but he seems like he is.
Wilson just needs a second to catch his breath.
Yeah, it's just like helping him up a little into a sitting position. And how much of what's going on have I seen? Did I see
You
Leopold
can look down the
make an
alley
ass
enough
of
to see that
himself?
your friend is like getting is having a grand old time with a new friend.
And I can see that LLN is like nothing's happening there really.
Yeah, there's
So-
just a whole bunch of shouting coming out the window. The broken window. There's glass all around.
Smoke is pouring.
Yeah,
Has poured out
there
of
was
it
there was a
at
wave of smoke that landed over you when Alelan was messing around with the air. It was very dramatic for a moment.
Well, can I go after the ninja man?
Sure.
Like,
You have one major.
is he standing up on top of a building, just kind of taunting Leopold?
He's like on the second floor, first floor, depending on what system you use, on an elevated location. What appears to be a
Honestly.
windowsill hanging from shutters. Like back then, people had shutters instead of windows. And he's making the obscene gesture. You don't
Can
know if
I
this gesture's obscene, but it's one of the, you just get that feeling, you know.
Can I fly at him and tackle him down to the ground?
You can certainly try to fly at him. What kind of flight are you going to engage in this situation? Also, I need to double check a few sheets to make sure that I know how fast you can actually fly. Because flight is fast. If people want context,
I'm pretty sure.
Flying is fast for two reasons. One, your base flying stride is your basic stride plus 3. Your dash is the same as your regular one. But your sprint is your speed dice plus your weather sense dice. Your run is max body, max flying sprint, max flying dash plus 12. Which in some situations is often more than 40 paces.
Plus, I have fast mover, which is,
Oh goodness! Oh, this is gonna get.
So I'm basically a rocket.
You are. You might as well call yourself a rocket because I'm gonna do the math on this real fast. Just give me a second. This won't take too long, hopefully. Okay.
You're going to just casually break the sound barrier at some point.
This is Leopold. I wonder why he didn't have any weather senses because he was looking at Leopold. Leopold doesn't know
anything.
Leopold doesn't know what clouds are.
Never seen a cloud in his life.
D8 plus a D8, so that is 16. Your body dice is D4, so that's 22. Your flying dash is the same as your regular dash. It's 22 plus 6. So that is 28. Plus the 12 from Fast Mover. So that's 40. That's 52. I'm gonna warn you, if you fly at him, you're literally going to be a rocket slamming into this guy at full speed. You might hurt yourself.
That's what he deserves.
I feel like, in character, Holly would not think that far ahead.
I mean, you're thinking 52 paces ahead. That's a long distance.
It's very hard to think that far ahead. Normally you have, like, more than a single action to do it.
Yeah. So, I'm going ahead and doing it with my D4 body dice, which is going to end poorly, I feel. But, okay, what do I need to do?
I would like to point out, by the way, that if we go by D&D rules, you technically moved 31 spaces. In system, you move 52 spaces, but they're slightly different in size. You move very fast. Yes. What roll do you have? What do you ask?
Yeah, what exactly?
Oh, you're rolling
Should I
nothing.
roll
You're just
here?
slamming into this guy.
Oh, okay, I'm just slamming into him, alright.
I would like to point out that he can't see you. He doesn't know you're there or that you're an actual subject. Like, he saw you bending over this guy. So, oh, he's the medic. I don't have to worry about the big guy with the armor who is down there and can't climb up here. So he's like, hey, hey, hey. You are blindsiding him with speed.
So that's like...
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Let's take a look-see. Well, I got good news. You might kill him with this. The bad news is you might also die.
Uh-oh. I've not thought this through.
No,
Yeah,
didn't.
you haven't.
Please roll me your soak dice, which is your D4 plus your D6.
Oh, you said you wanted to be a missile.
The dream is fulfilled. Well, I got some good
4
news.
and 5.
I've got good news for you.
I'm not dead.
The good news is you are only dying.
Hooray!
The better news is so is your victim.
Okay, well, can I be on my way to patch the map now?
Yes.
I am a doctor.
At this point, Leopold sees a tiny bird flying into the sky at top speed. And then they both just hit the ground with a thud.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait,
he was hurt, wasn't he?
I think he was just reeling. I don't know if he took damage.
I think he might have. I don't know if he soaked it, because that's important. Because if he did, he is dead. Oh, we'll just say that he's dying. We'll just say that you're a small boy. You just flew in hard enough to bonk him on his ass.
Okay.
I mean, we want to tie him up and interrogate him, so let's not actually kill him, if possible.
You
Right,
can use your
yes.
combat save, by the way, if you want to negate the dying part of this equation.
What would that mean?
Okay, so the way the damage works in this game is if you take 1 damage, you are hurt. Hurt is easy to remove. There are a lot of ways you can get rid of it in like 5 minutes. It basically increases all damage by +1. 2 damage makes you afraid, as we have experienced last time, which can be very frustrating if everyone is afraid. You can get rid of it by not being inside of something that's spooky scary and trying to hurt you. Then there's injured. Injured is where getting damage starts to become annoying. Injured is the same as hurt. It's a +1 to all damage, but it's very hard to get rid of it. It's not something you can just throw some money at and it's gone. This takes like days to recover from. You'll be fine. You can still do stuff, but you're gonna take +1 damage from all sources. Anyway, you can negate dying, which means that you don't have to receive first aid first.
Well, yeah, then I'd do that.
It is exhausted, and I don't think you're going to be needing your combat save for the next spit, so don't even bother crossing it out. This is the kind of encounter after which you take a break. Anyway, the guy's dead on the ground, and he's like...
Yeah, I'll run over to restrain him.
I don't think you
I'm
have
just
to
kind of-
restrain this person.
I'm just kind of laying face down next to him and just give like a weak, shaky thumbs up. Just, did it!
Good job,
Okay.
Holly.
Well,
Good job.
what I am going to say is that I think all of you deserve 1 point of experience for being such swell guys.
Yeah.
Holly for being a guided missile of stupidness. 11 for being so nice as to care about the person they really shouldn't have to care about. And
Hey, the
Leopold
guards
for,
were there.
and Leopold for body slamming someone into a wall.
Yeah.
Putting that aside, yes, you don't have to restrain him. This is the equivalent of restraining someone with broken bones. It's not nice, and you're not going to do any good with it.
Well, I'm not exactly.
Oh, you're just
Happy.
holding your hands behind their back and all.
Well, I'm not exactly. Friendly with this guy, so.
Well,
Don't exactly care.
So yeah, I scurry over and
Great.
just kind of examine the two, both Holly and the whoever this is.
Ah, right. I'll pat him down for any weapons, of course.
you find a bunch of tools and equipment that you're not quite familiar with. You find that weird dagger thing that he shoots out of his wrist. You find some strange-looking weapons. Some of them are single-bladed. It's all stuff you're not quite familiar with. It's also like a package filled with some herbs and stuff. You don't know what you're looking at.
Hmm.
This is the equivalent of unpacking someone's baggage, and you don't know why they packed any of this.
Okay. I'll point the dagger thing at the wall and fiddle with it.
Are those golden Oreos? Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, Oreos does sound like Oreos, so... Gold-plated Oreos!
That's what the coins look like.
That's how they keep inflation down. You eat them. Okay. Leopold, you're doing something that may or may not be horribly stupid, but to be fair, so has Holly, so I'm giving you this moment. What would be fair for you to roll for this? Because I don't want you to completely mess this one up. You know what? How about you roll me observation, mind, and we're just gonna say that you also get to add a d6 of like sort of just random chance.
Hmm.
You're trying to beat a 4 here. Your dice suck, so I'm not gonna up the difficulty on this. In case you're wondering, you're rolling a d4, a d4, and a d6.
Yeah. 2d4s and a d6. I'll roll
Not the
that
worst odds, but
5 and a 4 and a 2.
oh, an overwhelming success. So, what this thing looks like is, if you'd have to describe a reusable mounted crossbow, it takes up a large part of your arm. It doesn't quite fit. It's clearly more custom made for someone smaller and slender. You mount it on. You fiddle with it. You try the Spider-Man gesture just for, like, but it doesn't work.
Go,
You
Red,
notice
go.
instead that the way to use this requires you to twist your fingers a certain way and then tense your thumb, and it releases the spring mechanism that's loaded inside of it. There's now a dagger in the wall, and you notice that your fingers sort of almost get wrenched in another way.
Gah.
You feel you can move your fingers two ways, but you're not quite sure which one of them is going to pull you in and which one will just release the mechanism.
Okay.
This is the equivalent of looking down a loaded barrel.
I'll just. Yeah. I just twitch my fingers, whatever.
Roll me, okay, even or odd.
Even.
You manage to release the mechanism. It flies back towards your wrist and slides into place. The dagger and rope end of it.
Ooh. Well, this could be fun.
So, what is the rest doing during all this? As Leopold is playing police officer.
Well, as I mentioned, I would like to use my skills as a doctor to maybe keep people from dying.
Doctoring is academics. If you have any medical training. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, no, you can add to
Yes.
someone's healing quota. That's actually really useful for your friend. Okay, well, you are a doctor. That doesn't actually give you a benefit to medical assistance here. But, oh wait, it actually does. I forgot how this exactly works. I need to look up the dying rules, but you can actually be a very good help here. Because the dying rules are very frustrating. Let me see, where is this? Why is that? I know this is a big, nice chart, so I should be able to see it with ease. And there it is. Dying. Okay. Here's how this is actually going to work. Dying is kind of funky. You get to roll your mind at academics versus 3. For each success, you add a d12 assist dice. So you need to do that for me, Holly. And in the meantime, I'm going to roll his body, speed, and species dice, which are pretty good. So this is...
I thought you said I wasn't dying.
No. They're rolling for the other guy.
Oh, okay. Told me to roll.
You can dust yourself off and you feel sore as all hell. Like just a punch to the shoulder could make you fall over, but...
Yeah, okay.
Okay, in the meantime, while doing this, I would also, if I have any bandages and splints and stuff, if I don't, I would like to grab them from my bundle.
Ooh. What are you trying to do with all those drugs and splints?
No, bandages and
Oh, okay.
A splint is,
I assume that you have medical supplies with you to improvise such things.
Oh, okay. Basically, I would like to, immobilize the person's...
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing when you were talking
arms
about
and
drugs
legs.
from your bundle and all.
No, not drugs.
Oh. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. You do manage, you have free play here.
Yeah.
Do roll me your mind versus academics to actually perform your first aid.
Four to 8.
Oh, wow. This might actually end up really good for them.
Wow! Yeah, but...
Go ahead.
If I had plaster on me, I would give him a full body cast, but I have splints and bandages, so just imagine that he has...
a full body cast!
Every limb tied to his stick.
This is basically crucifixion you're performing here.
No, the sticks are not tied together, but he has a stiff arm and a stiff other arm and stiff both legs and a stiff spine, and basically he ain't moving unless I let him.
Well, the plus
I
side
don't
is,
want this Garen in a way.
The plus side is they are afraid, fatigued, and injured as a result of your bonus d12, giving him a d12 on his not dying roll.
Okay.
Though to be fair, you only really die from dying at a 1 or 2. Putting that aside, you have them completely restrained inside their own clothes, which is not a very pleasant experience.
Yeah. So...
They are also conscious. And they are angry.
Uh, hey, Leopold, do you think you'd be better at interrogation than I would be?
Well, I'll certainly give it a try. Well, hello again, friend.
This person's kind of shaky, but they do give you the frown.
Do you speak a language that we understand?
You see a glint in his eye, and then he shakes his head.
So, at least you understand ours, okay. I like
oh
that.
yeah, I'll take the mask off if that's still on. Just
Okay, you take the mouthpiece, slide it down, headpiece, slide it up. You have no idea what you're looking at. You don't know this person, and you would have to guess what their species is.
right. Do either of you have any idea where this guy might be from? I have no idea.
I highly doubt that any of you, unless any of you have like a history with merchants, particularly like seafaring merchants, you have no clue what you were looking at.
Okay, I guess I'm not rolling academics for it even.
Yeah, this is
Probably not. Like, I feel like I wouldn't know like other countries and stuff as far as mail goes. Like I would if I'm wouldn't deliver to another continent or something.
Well, wait. I am a mercenary, so I don't know. Maybe I have seen someone like this.
roll me mind, career, and academics for this. Versus 4. This is a tough one. So I think your mind dice is actually useless.
Eesh. Well, it's a D4. Career is a D8. Academics is nothing. 2 dice. I have a 4 and a 6.
A 6. Well, that's enough. You've seen these over the course of your career a few times. They're not frontline fighters. It's a red panda is what you're looking at. Red pandas are known for naturally from a natural talent point of view. They're the kind of person who holds 2 daggers, sneaks up behind you, slices your throat, and then just jumps off into the distance.
Uh,
They're the assassin-y type of person.
So it's like a weird kind of raccoon to me.
Yeah.
Hey,
He has a big
cute.
puffy tail that's tied up almost completely.
So yeah. I see that you know what we talk about.
Also, Leopold, I would like to point out that at this point, you're getting kind of suspicious of the fact that, or no, Holly would probably more suspicious. No, not Holly, Ellen, you're probably suspicious of the fact that the guards haven't shown up yet, despite them leaving the room and not following the obvious direction this is all going.
Oh yeah.
They probably ran off somewhere completely different to get a drink or something at this point.
Look, I don't blame them. This is
Has
really bizarre.
has Holly mentioned the fact that the necklace was stolen?
Ellen knows that.
Yeah, Ellen.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, this doesn't really matter at present. Okay, let's. How about we carry this guy off into what's the local like position of authority? Is there like a little lockup somewhere?
There is a like proper guard station around here somewhere. Unless you're law-abiding citizens, you wouldn't know where that is. But you could probably find a guard to ask. It wouldn't take too long.
Yeah. Let's flag down a guard to.
If you leave the alley, you see Lord Pomplamoose, the white little scampi is hanging out his window going, "Yeah! Get him!"
He's been got.
Yeah.
Kill
Give
him!
a thumbs
No.
up.
Gonna throw a package at him.
Are you defying my word and law?
Look, if we kill him, we can't ask him questions.
Leopold, can you roll me? I think you have an ability, or at least no, you don't have ability. You're a mercenary. Leopold,
Yeah.
you're educated enough to know that this guy has no authority here over criminals. No ability
Well,
he is. He
yeah.
is not the local nobility.
Well, yeah, he's living in an inn.
He might just be on travel. Who knows? But yeah, you know that he, even if he can place the guard, he has like no clout with him.
Yeah.
He's a noble. He does have clout. This is this is a situation where he would have like a lot of clout, but he doesn't on this regard that a guard would rather not piss off their boss by saying they killed someone on someone else's notice without some confirmation first. He's like he keeps shouting that, by the way, and Wilson is sort of standing in front of you too, and he looks between the two of them, and you get the feeling he would like to punch both of them at once by knocking their heads together.
Mm. Yeah.
So who's
well,
this little cat you got?
well, he's Red Bender seems to be an kind of a assassin or something, but neither of you is dead, so I don't know about that.
So that's what I grabbed in the smoke. Well,
Mm.
he gives the Red Pet a look over, doesn't know what to make of it. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a weird situation.
What do you plan to do with him? You're not gonna kill him, right?
Well, I want to ask questions repeatedly.
Repeatedly. I will
Like
ask
for a
twice.
few days. If he answers them properly, maybe I'll give him food.
Amazing. Well, wait a minute. You can do as you please. Wilson will point you to the nearest guard post, the one that's in town at least, if you ask him. He would be knowledgeable in such facts.
I mean, do we have a place of our own to stay somewhere around here?
There are cheaper inns in town. You could easily spend a couple of denarii to stay for a while.
Well,
and
I
patch
guess
up
we
your
have.
friend.
Yeah, I mean, Holly could use a rest. And I could probably doctor to make sure she recovers quicker or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to recover from injured. The way it works is quite, it's involved, but it's a periodic thing, so it's not that bad. Anyway, what do you do with the guy? You still haven't brought him there yet.
Carry him with us for the time being. Leopold, do the honors.
Yeah. Just sling this guy over my shoulder and
Carefully, right? He's already got enough broken bones.
So as you bring him along, you do get some eyes from guards who are like, "What's this about?" But your good friend does manage to dissuade them that you are not in fact criminals, and the fact that your prisoner looks very much like a criminal helps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got this will be, I don't know, assassin thief guy.
Well, I mean, he didn't try to kill anyone in there. He just kind of jumped in, stole the thing, and tried to leave.
How good would any of us would be at bluffing that we are acting on a higher authority from another place that the guards here wouldn't have heard of?
What are you trying to achieve here?
Bluff that we are FBI equivalent.
I have no points in deceit.
Yeah, this will be a deceit check.
Yep.
Okay, then let's not even bother.
I can reasonably well intimidate someone.
I can negotiate pretty well.
I mean, I have presence, I guess. So yeah, I would like to just give off the impression that we are very important and not to be interrupted.
Well, the guards aren't going to stop you. Like, they're gonna notice if you try to go anywhere but the guard post, but...
Yeah. So for now, let's go to some inn and get a room with like 2 beds at least.
Wait, you're gonna go to an inn and not deliver him?
Sorry?
You've not delivered him yet. You've not, like, been to the guard post.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Like, once we hand him off, we can't ask questions ourselves, right?
Yeah, interesting. Well then.
Okay, let's let's duck into some alleyway first and do the interrogation first.
Oh no.
Then we can hand him off. Then we can go to an inn.
You duck into an alleyway. Swoosh. How do you handle this?
Uh,
Do you put him on a crate? Do you push him against the wall?
Yeah.
He's sore as hell, so.
Yeah. Well, answer our questions, and you might be able to walk again.
He's still like splinted up, so.
I just kind of.
He doesn't answer your question, by the way, or your statement. He does just sit there and watch. Probably waiting for your actual questions.
so,
Oh, yeah. Good thing to stop it. Well,
So why were you doing the stuff that you did?
Oh, they're good.
General question.
I get paid.
oh, so you
That's it.
can
Oh,
talk. Do you care much if we find out about your employer?
He thinks for a moment. Cogs spinning in his head. I mean, wouldn't do you much good.
Yeah, sure it wouldn't. I am just curious. Like, are you particularly loyal to him?
Maybe not me specifically, but people I work for.
Ah, I see. So you're like you have like a middle management level in there. Fascinating.
He regrets saying that.
So, I'm actually kind of grateful that all you did was cause some smoke. You didn't even hurt anyone in there, as far as I could tell.
Blood's messy.
Yeah, it is. Sorry about I don't really control my colleagues here.
I don't know if you can control someone going that fast.
I am still slightly concussed.
Your head's throbbing, yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll hand you off to the local authorities because, you kind of can't walk on your own, so at least they will give you a nice cell to get better in. Like, you will
So-
get free meals and stuff.
Ah, good.
what
Yeah.
was your goal here? Like, why did you attack Pompamoose?
I didn't attack anyone.
Well,
Okay.
whatever did you in the room?
Oh, yeah, so this, like, fancy bauble of his, the one with the blue gem. Is that, like, super special to more than him? Because I thought it was just a, like, trinket of Little Dwarf.
Still a nice gem.
Oh yeah, but he wouldn't, like, bother to go around being a fancy person, like a super fancy raccoon, red raccoon from somewhere with your spring-loaded knife thingy, just to steal a little nice gem, right? Come on, man, you're super cool.
I mean, I don't decide what I do.
Did he
Really?
have it?
Wow. I must say, like, there's a lot of merit to deciding what you get to do. So, you might want to start doing it in the future. Maybe this little adventure today will help you.
I'm just not used to your strange towns. That's all. You shouldn't worry about me.
Did he have the necklace on him?
Not any of the pockets you searched.
So, where did you put the thing then?
I hope it's not where I'm thinking.
Hmm.
What are you thinking?
Up his ass.
His clothing would not allow that.
Good.
That's a
Oh,
footnote.
No butt flaps. Gotcha.
Oh my goodness, I love this stupid ninja red panda. It's close enough, technically.
Yeah.
Well,
So, where did you stash that thing then? Like, you didn't have that much time.
I don't
Did you
need much
eat
time.
it? You didn't eat it, did you?
Oh, come on, he's got to have it on him somewhere. See this baggy stuff he's wearing, like.
Well, the bolts already looked through the bag.
Yeah,
As
but
in the
like
bag that was
the
immediately
loose
visible.
clothing is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, he's stuck under splints, so if you want to check his clothing,
Well, like,
I mean, now that he's like all tied down with bandages, it should reveal any interesting bulges.
yeah, you probably would have
That
felt
are-
it during his checkup.
Yeah. So okay, so that means I have like, as I tied them up, I searched them, and it didn't result in my finding the. Yeah. Okay.
okay. So,
Why would
where
I eat
did you put?
jewelry?
I don't know.
To pop it out later and have it.
Well,
That's a long and unreliable process.
Yeah, but it's a better chance than dying because of.
Silver poisoning?
yeah.
No, I mean dying because of being found with a stolen item on you and hang for that.
Well, I don't have any stolen goods on me. Do I look like I got anything I don't own?
yes.
To be fair, you don't even look like you own the garb on your back, so yeah.
That's insulting. It's not how it flies, friend.
Sorry, you
Manners of
just keep looking like a raccoon to me, and they're like.
No
So,
manners on any of you.
did
Hold on, are you secretly like a relative of the mouse?
What? No, if he's a relative, he's got to be distant.
Yeah, I mean, just saying the no manners thing. Come on, like.
are you in cahoots with Pompomoose?
And what he would stage an attack on himself?
Yeah, some kind of insurance scam or something.
I mean, it sure would be an insurance scam if we found the necklace again and gave it back to Pomplamoose, and he would have to pay us again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would mean he's in cahoots with us.
Why would Lord Pomplamoose steal to have pay someone to have it stolen from him again after he just got it?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out uh, speculations out here. There. But just tell us, where did you put the thing then?
I got no reason to tell you of things I don't have.
I'll step on his leg. Crunch.
Roll me body and presence, please.
30 in presence. That's a D10. And my presence. Where's my presence? D4. And a D6. That's a 2, 3, and a 6.
He throws up to the side, and there's a necklace in the vomit.
Well then.
So you did eat it.
It's like one of those foot pedals on a trash can.
This have been invented already? Hold on, is it the same necklace?
I mean, it's in vomit.
He just eats. He eats a lot of necklaces.
It's just his daily habit. He eats them for breakfast.
Ah, okay,
Oh.
well,
See, now the guards won't catch you with a stolen item anymore. Guess you are free to be found to be an innocent and unjustly harmed person by my friend here. Holly, you should apologize.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I bow my head a little. I'm facing slightly the wrong direction because I'm still fairly concussed.
Okay, so now you can. So now the guards can clear you of whatever. Of course, they can clear because you did nothing wrong, you didn't harm anyone or anything, and they will give you like a nice little room for you to recover in, and maybe also even food, and then you're free to go and work. Maybe we'll meet again because we'll try to steal the stickers from us again or something. I don't know.
I'll pick up the necklace and I probably have like a what's it called? Water.
Handkerchief.
Like where you
Water skin?
store water. Yeah, a water skin to just rinse it off.
You could do that. You can make it a nice, sparkly clean necklace to as much as having been soaked in stomach acid allows.
Mm.
Okay, I call like make a motion for Leopold to kinda bend over so that I can whisper in his ear so that it's quiet.
Okay. Bending over.
Hey, let's say that we are going to hand I wonder if we should say that we are going to hand the necklace off to Pamplemousse again, but I would say that we should keep it and see if someone else will come after us so that we can find who they are.
Well, or we could just sell it ourselves, you know. It is a fancy looking thing.
Yes, but if it's going to attract assassin like this, then do we really want to hand it off to anyone else?
Well, we could melt the silver down and just sell the silver and the jewels separately, you know.
I guess. Oh well, let's just not
As you
give
have
this
this
guy.
delightful discussion, Holly notices a hand on her back, and there's a guardsman there who's like, "Is your friend okay?" Because they heard the vomiting sounds.
Oh, he's okay. He's just feeling a little sicky.
Oh.
Okay, so I overhear the talk and. No, actually, he's very much not okay. Also, we believe that he broke the window at the inn. Can you, take him away?
Ah, yes, he's a mischief maker.
Well, all right. He kind of stands there and thinks and goes, "Well, at the very least, he could probably just use a place to sit. So we'll take him along
Yeah.
and see if anyone from the inn comes to complain."
Yeah,
yes.
pretty much.
He took a bit of a fall.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty high up window, you know.
Technically speaking, having something slam into you is the equivalent of falling.
With something falling onto you.
Yes. But he does take this person and goes, "Well, they really need a place to lie down. They shouldn't be walking like this." The two of them kind of pick him up by the arms and legs and carry him off.
You guys want a stretcher or something?
But we'll manage. It's not too far from here.
Okay, good. Just don't roughen up more than he already is. Ursab doesn't deserve it.
Why would we roughen him up?
Just by negligence.
Okay.
Okay.
Scary.
The guards are gone now.
Out of the scene.
Okay. So yeah, before we head off, actually, let's now head off to the inn.
You head
to
off
some inn.
You head off
Yeah,
to
to
what do you
some
want?
other inn.
How high brow do you want your inn to be?
Uh,
How many
Well,
brows do you want your inn to have?
on a scale from 1 to 5.
hum. How high a brow can we get with a like a quincunx? Quincunx?
So,
Hell, that is supposed to be.
if you just want like a common room, which is just a sleeping place that's probably filled with lice and whatnot, that just be an orchok. For a regular bedroom, it's half a denarii per day, which would you could probably get a bedroom for 3. So
Yeah,
Okay. So
that's
wait,
great.
That
what?
sounds good enough.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's 1.5 denarii then.
and
I
also
mean,
resting in a bedroom gives you +1 to your quota recovery. So
is it like half a denarii for the whole bedroom for
it's
people?
half a denarii for the room. So it doesn't
Yeah.
include like food and all. So
Yeah, okay, that's probably the other half.
Do we need a room each?
No,
no,
why?
you can get a bedroom with multiple beds in it. It'll be a bit of a squeeze,
Yeah.
but
Well,
what they
I
cheapen out on the
mean,
room, they get back in terms of the fact that it's not an expanded floor plan or anything. So and they get back in needing
I
to buy
mean,
food.
we have one cat. Cats just kinda curl up anywhere. And we have one squirrel. Squirrels just kinda curl up anywhere. And we have one person that's kinda been hurt. So they need a bed.
well, the third person is a bat. They tend to sleep hanging down from the rafters.
Yeah. I don't even
Yes,
need a
but
bed.
yes, but not when dizzy enough to just kinda fall off.
Eh.
Well, there you go. Go ahead. You can find a nice little inn. And I will roll
In
So-
for
practice, that's
funding.
exactly what I want to happen.
So, how much is it for a nice enough room, big enough for the 3 of us?
Well, if you want to get like if you just want a room with beds in it that are beds, that again would be half a denarii per day. The fact that there's more beds in there doesn't change like the size of the room. If you want a bigger room, that would cost 1, and you have like proper living space for 2 people.
Yeah, okay.
Like here's the way you have to look at this from like a business perspective. If they have X amount of space, if they can put more people in one room, like a common room, they have more people that will buy food per day. So just because they give you a room with more beds doesn't mean they're going to charge more. It opens up their ability to sell their limited stock. It's a business decision that any good
Yeah.
innkeeper would follow. So expect to see one that doesn't do it because he's an idiot. You find a
So
nice
you
place,
like
which for some reason is called the Ashamed Ant.
So we should
Okay.
pay about 4 orichalcs each for splitting the room price.
Yeah, sure. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. 4 oracles. I can swing that.
The Ashamed Ant, by the way, is a middling sort of inn. It doesn't have a common room per se. It does have like a space where people sometimes sleep in case they have like too many people for some reason, but for the most part, it's a place that just has private rooms.
Yeah.
Or shared rooms if you're feeling for sleeping with a stranger.
Like, no, I think I believe we can afford to have a room for just the 3 of us.
Okay. The guy running it is a nice boar. He seems nice enough at least. He doesn't like ask any questions or anything. Just goes, dinar for a room. And that's it.
Yeah.
A man
Cool.
of few words.
I just take one of mine and just kind of slap it on the counter and yeah.
Oh, look at this big man. Just look at him. Paying the big money. He takes the coins and slides a key across. He points up to a door that's right behind him. The tavern, by the way, is a U shape, so it's not like pointing at his kitchen. The kitchen's off to the side.
Alright, well, let's get in there.
You head on over to the nice room. It's a nice room. The floor is made out of stone. Since you're on the bottom floor, they can afford it. There's 2 beds. They look nice enough. There are rafters above you that, if you try, you could probably hang from. There's also enough room on the floor for you to sleep. If you are going to hang from the ceiling, you're going to approximately hang it like waist height of everyone around here. The ceiling's not that high. Actually, it would be high because the first floor is usually the tallest. So there would be like a lot of distance. You'd have to climb up there first, and then you could hang.
Yeah, so... I'm not exactly sure how architecture works, so...
Well, there's like
when there
cross
are the...
beams.
Yeah, so when there are cross beams, is there any space? I guess there isn't any space between them and whatever is lying on top of them.
No, there isn't any immediate space there. You could sleep if you, for some reason, want to sleep on a crossbeam.
No, in this case, I wonder how do people ever like tie ropes around them? Oh well, there are 2 beds, so that should be.
If you give a close look, there isn't space to hide something. There are like spaces you could hang things from, like a lamp.
Or a
Right.
holly.
Yep. It is built with like bats and ceiling hangers in mind to some extent, or people who want to hang up a hammock. You can do that too.
Nice. Maybe that could make a third bed. Well, Holly, now I continue to be a doctor, and you might want to be looked at.
Okay, let me tell you how healing works. First and foremost, it only takes like 5 minutes, and mind and academics versus 3. But I think you can rote that. Roting is essentially taking 10. You maximize all your dice, and then half all successes. And I think you have mind and academics, which are right. You have at least one of each.
Yeah.
Then you can rote just curing hurt, because you only need a single 4, and it doesn't matter. Injured is a bit more complicated. As I said, there's a whole track for this stuff, consistent of 24 points. If I recall correctly, you get 1 free per day of rest. You get 1 extra because you're sleeping in a nice room, so you don't have to risk all that stuff. A doctor, like you, can roll their mind and academics versus 4, or take a rote if you want to, and for every success, you get 1 extra point for the healing quota. Eating proper food also helps with the quota. So, there's a lot of ways to get rid of this fast. I think if you get a good doctor, take a whole bunch of rest, you could probably get like 6 per day.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so should I roll or should I roll, I wonder?
It's a good question. I mean, the
Because
difference is 1 point, so it's up to you. Or up to Holly if she wants you to... Oh wait, you have a career die too, so you could get more... You get 1 success out of your rote. But if you roll, you can get up to 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Go ahead.
So hold on.
Mind and academics. Versus 4 and up.
Yeah, okay. It's probably worth it to, like, I'm pretty sure I can get at least 1 success by rolling.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, is that your roll? The 2 successes?
No, that's an old one.
Okay.
For the panda.
The lack of timestamps is annoying.
Welp.
I think you can add those.
This is just about not a botch because I have 3 dice.
Yeah.
Almost botched it. That would have been terrible.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
Sapphire, there's a thing in the My Settings page that enables chat timestamps.
Really?
Yeah,
I never see
check.
this.
It's a checkbox.
There we go. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. Heck.
Oh, that is nice.
Perhaps I need to close it and reopen it. Okay, I guess it just doesn't proc. Well, it will show up eventually.
Okay, so
you botched it, or you didn't do good. So he's still injured, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Could be worse.
I mean, the injury wasn't going to go away all at once anyway.
No, this is gonna take a bit.
Yeah.
I'll still get +2 just for having a rest.
You can take another +2 if you spend the whole day sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's exactly how it works. +1 for rest, +1 for good food, +1 for bed, +1 for taking a whole day to sleep, and then plus whatever doctors can smear on you, and then potentially plus more if someone decides to apply some fancy medicine on you. There's a whole bunch of ways to get extra points.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I love how there's an item called Quack Medicine, which allows you to add your will dice to your healing.
Just
Because-
make it up as you go along. Heck
No,
yeah.
because the what's it effect, the placebo effect, still takes place. I like it.
Flex mental.
Heck yeah. So what are you gonna do? Because the day is it's getting on. It's not late. You arrived like during the later part of the day. And if you're just gonna wait around, something's gonna happen.
I
Oh
guess.
no.
While,
I mean, I guess the first, like, the thing that we should probably do at some point ever is check out what the inn has to offer in terms of meals. Yeah.
It's a moderate inn, so moderate.
get some dinner. Din.
How expensive do you want your dinner to be?
Ugh.
Not excessively.
So,
Just reasonable.
Yeah.
oh my goodness, fine dining, foraged food, edible food. I like how edible food specifically mentions that it tastes bad in the effects tab, which is great.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take the edible and then just add salt.
Just a handful of salt from your pocket. Just sprinkle it over your food.
Yeah. That'll make it palatable. There it is.
I mean, good food is half a denarii, and cheap food and like cheaper food would be like 3 orichalks. But if you go for edible, like bottom tier, you're looking at 1 orichalk.
I'll go with the 3.
You get
Same.
get food that's like not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not
That's
good.
good.
Alright food. It's not quite McDonald's, but
It's enough to get you that healing quota point.
I'll go for the cheapest. I have one orichalk. That's
You get a look of like, okay, you get the strained soup.
mm,
a bowl of
You're a
coal with
mercenary,
an
you can tough it
eyeball
out.
floating in it.
I'll take the brown stuff.
You just point at a bowl in the corner.
Yep.
I'll take whatever that is.
Sir, this is the mob bucket.
Give me one with extra lumps.
I'm feeling fancy.
A
And
fancy
what does,
feast for a camp.
What does Llewellyn decide to eat?
Same thing Holly does, except I mean squirrel. What kind of nuts do you have?
What kind of nuts do you have? He stays there for a moment. And then he goes to the kitchen and comes back after a little while. And he actually has like a couple of bags of nuts.
Oh wow,
Gathered
it is a
walnuts.
selection here.
Yes, there's a selection here. There's like gathered walnuts. There's some nuts that probably come from elsewhere. Not everyone likes nuts.
Walnuts will do fine. You
But
can.
nuts keep.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? I like you, man.
Yeah.
You know how to run a business here.
Decide to stay in business. You run a business. He kind of wants you to pick and go on because he is not. He's a man of few words.
Okay, I grab an appropriate amount of walnuts for a light supper, and I guess that will be 1/4 of a denarii.
That's 3 orcs. Yes.
Great.
You can't exchange if you do not have actual orchocks. He has change for denarii.
I believe I have like exactly 9 denarii, so
Awesome. But as you all decide to pay your dues and do your things,
I'll have a fruit salad.
eventually
Hooray.
a fruit salad. Yeah, boy.
Heck yeah.
In actual medieval times, you probably would have gotten laughed at, but in this world where some people are legitimately herbivores.
like me.
Anyway, eventually, like the door just gets kicked open, and then you see this angry mouse standing in the doorway, who was flanked by guards, one of whom had to look as if he was kicking the door open, but it was the mouse doing it. It's really silly. It's the usual
Away for
guilty
low. Hi guys.
he walks in again without words and puts his head. I was looking all over town for you. He didn't have my necklace.
Oh. Huh. He must have stashed it away then. Clever creature.
It's gonna be very grumpy. Oh, this is not good. If you find that thing, you bring it to me, and I'll pay good, but you better bring it fast. He just storms off.
Yes,
Alright.
sorry. Look, my friend Holly here is hurt. Can we please at least get the rest of the day off before we start looking?
I've got like both cheeks stuffed full of fruit, like a chipmunk, and I'm just like, just kind of mumbling away, trying to participate in the conversation.
And it gives you a look that can best be summed up as peasants.
Look, I know arcane
Now the whole
secrets
place
be
smells like fancy perfume.
Hooray.
I know arcane secrets that are beyond his understanding. I don't care about being called a peasant. I know my place in the world and his.
Well, as he storms out, sleepy time is coming up, and that was kind of the only disturbance that's going to happen between now and sleepy time, so to speak.
Well then. We are gonna get paid to do the same job twice.
Oh, so you want to turn it in then?
Well, if he's going to pay for it, then sure, why not?
Jesus.
I think that's
I
a pretty good deal.
I guess we can just keep going like this, where it just keeps getting stolen, because I'm not going to assume it's going to stop.
Yes, it's a steady job.
Okay, well,
Steady
then
employment.
in this case, maybe we should organize like a stakeout where we should be. Actually, should we be? How can we find the people that might want to keep doing this? Actually, before we hand off the necklace, could we like find a local
Jeweler?
wizard or something that
Wizard.
could,
Hmm.
yeah, that could check whether there's more to it than it seems?
Well, if you are going to look for a local wizard, now is not really the time of day that most wizards are going to be open for, your doctor's
Of
hour.
course not now. Tomorrow morning.
Okay, I'm going to stuff this thing inside a bag and then hang the bag around my neck. You know,
Excellent.
stuff it under my shirt.
What a great
Okay.
place to hide it.
It's pretty good. Like, if someone reaches underneath his shirt, then whoever that is has bigger problems by now.
Yeah,
Indeed.
you know, I have some experience with hiding valuables in a mercenary camp. You know, stuff happens.
This is how you keep it safe.
Yeah.
Well, there are other ways of doing it, but they are less
Like-
pleasant.
Like, I am definitely suspicious of the fact that not even an hour after we handed it off, there already was someone to hunt for it like that. So yeah, I would prefer to have it examined by someone that can magically identify it or whatever.
Cool. So, what do you do? Or is it bedtime?
Plus, it's bedtime by now. Tomorrow morning we look for a wizard.
Holly hangs from the ceiling like a tired slab of meat.
Hooray!
Woo!
Professional napping.
Skip yahoo!
Okay, that gives me one bed. Great.
You have a bed. Peachy. As the boys sleep, as you all sleep in the night, I'm going to have to ask a somewhat serious question. I need a rote from all of you for observation, but there's a slight hitch. Only dice that go higher than a d6 count for this one.
Ooh.
If you haven't listened, don't forget if you have listened as a species sense, don't forget you can add your species die to that equation. You need to have at least 2 successes.
Oh,
Okay, so I have a d6 and a d8 for observation, and I have a
Mind of or species of.
and a species of 6 as well.
Yeah, so you don't notice anything as you sleep.
I
I
have
mean,
a
I have a d8 for observation as a career.
But yeah, only a d4
Uh,
as a mark.
I have D8 for species, then D6, D6,
I have
and echolocation, which I don't know if it counts.
What about Leopold?
I think it does.
well, I have senses listen and a D6 for my species and a D8 for my career as a mercenary.
Oh yeah, I have senses listen as well. I was looking at the wrong spot.
I even have keen ears.
My observation itself is D4,
So nobody
But-
here wakes up.
but I have a during the night in the observation thing as my favorite use.
Well, even if nobody actually notices it with their active senses, there is still another way to detect what's going on, which I think would be Alelelelelin who would notice this first,
Yeah,
since they actually
Yeah,
have like
what-
a D8 in supernatural.
I mean, I guess so. We needed a proper skill rank based observation.
Yes, you need to have at least 2 D8s for observation with mind.
I see.
Supernatural, it's a bit easier, but it's also a little bit less precise. So as the night goes on, you start to have like darker nightmares, like evil energies are seeping into the walls. The smell
Okay.
of charcoal fills the air. The air itself feels dry and heavy. How would you wake up from a nightmare where things go bad? Are you the kind of person who jumps up, you just break up in a sweat, eyes wide open, or do you slowly wake up and groan?
I fall from the ceiling.
I mean,
Lelin here's the one who notices.
as a squirrel, I probably am kind of a cowardly, scary person, so I guess I would just start running in bed, and if that makes
wait.
me contact.
Lelin, you have keen ears.
Yes, I do.
So that actually helps here because that means you would wake up from your normal senses, which means you would wake up hearing whispers in the wind, so to speak.
Like, I
The
have a
room is
knack
dark
for.
at this moment, so you can't actually tell what's going on in the room, but there's something in the room.
Okay. So I'm asleep. When I'm asleep, I probably have some amount of my gear put away.
You don't need any of your gear to cast a spell, though. The benefits of being a wizard.
Yeah, okay. So create fire should make a light.
Yep. You could. No, actually, it's called ignite fire. It's the one that it's the special one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would
You
like
can
to make
ignite
a
the
light.
lamp that hangs from the ceiling. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
As you ignite the lamp, everyone wakes up because there's suddenly a loud shrill.
Ah,
Okay. So I caught the whispers and then that
Right.
noise.
I punched the source of the noise.
Okay. Leopold, your head flies through the darkest clouds you've ever seen in your dearest life, and your fist
Yeah.
just flies through the air until it hits the wall beside you. Unless you punch the other, in which case you would probably roll out of bed.
I'm in a punchy mood, so
Either way, at this point, you become well aware that you are surrounded by a big puffy cloud.
the,
But to outside observers, it is very clearly holding the bag that it managed to slip out from under you with precision unmatched.
oh, uh, lunch for that? Hey,
Okay, so Holly and Eleven are also awake. What do they think of this situation?
So what do we see? Like,
You see a shadowy creature. Its shape is best described as how do I describe the shape?
cloud?
You know nagas. You know, like upper bodies of people, heads of snakes, long tails. That's kind of what this looks like, and its tail curls out the window through the cracks of the shutters that are closed because you're probably going to leave a first-story window open at night.
Yeah, of course not.
oh, is my pouch of salt anywhere nearby?
I mean, considering how superstitious you are, I'm going to say that your pouch of salt is like right on the nightstand.
I'm just,
Heavily
no,
folded out.
Leobold, you don't get your action yet. Everyone else gets to make their move first.
yeah.
I know what you're going to do. The air is heavy, and the smell of like just smoky stuff fills the air. What do Holly and the other one do? This room's, by the way, so small that Holly hanging from the ceiling is almost touching this thing. This is no room for a Naga.
So yeah, there's like a smoky snake thingy stretching out from the window to roughly around Leopold.
Yes. As a footnote, while it probably can't put the bag through the window, it could probably fit the necklace through it with ease. Like the cracks of the shutters.
I'm thinking I would want to like try to trap it with wind.
Wind.
Like, since smoky, I'm going to guess that it's not very strong.
Yeah, if it's made of smoke and if you blow it around,
Yeah.
then you can get it to go where you want it to go.
All right. I like
So I
this
would like
plan.
to. Yeah, so I would like to blow it in a circle, like make a little localized whirlwind to just kind of start get it to spin around and around and just kind of
Move
not be
air
able to go anywhere.
is speed and weather sense versus 3. That's
Speed and weather.
versus 3. Because in case you're not fully aware, this is one of those spells where you make a resistance check instead of rolling against each other.
Yeah,
Ooh.
5 and 6.
Oh.
Wow. Okay then.
Ooh.
Well, that's a double success. Okay, so since you technically tied, normally that would mean that you lost, but because this thing is weak to this kind of stuff, it does start to swirl around in the whirlwind, holding onto the bag. Holly, what do you do? Because it's now swirling into you, and it's kind of oppressive to be inside of this thing.
I'm not sure really. Could I just like grab the bag and like tumble out of the whirlwind?
Okay. If you're going to reach for the bag, since you and Leopold are both doing this. Okay. What would be appropriate for a bag grabbing action? That would be brawling body. I need that from both of you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's a reason you don't punch up.
Yeah.
Leopold
Hey.
uses body. He
Roll
rolls
the
a botch
one.
on his body, but he hasn't rolled it. Oh, you don't have brawling? No one here has brawling?
I have a D4 body, and that's it.
It's a 25% chance. Well, Leopold, trying to grab for the bag, falls out of his bed and hits the ground. He's not hurt or
Yeah.
anything, but he is like, bah!
Uh,
And you really should learn how to throw a punch, I say. But
I fight with swords.
you were, or you plan to throw your salt, because I know that was also a plan you had.
Yes.
A salt
Just
nail
kinda
is not the best thing, but sure.
grab the salt and just throw it at the ghost. Well, that what I think is a ghost.
You throw it at what you think is a ghost, and you throw it into the whirlwind. Unfortunately for Holly, who is holding onto the bag but not able to wrench it free, there's salt all around her now.
Yeah.
It's not a good sensation when you're covered in when you're hurt and there's just salt battering into you. And also not
Take
good for
that.
your eyes.
Take that,
Whatever.
unholy spirit.
You're fine, Holly. You'll be fine.
Ow, 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 ow.
What happens next? Because the turn goes back to your whirlwind has succeeded at keeping it in place at the very least, and making it
Yes.
unable to remove the necklace from the bag.
Okay, well. Uh, can I. Like, how sturdy is the bag?
How sturdy is the bag, Leopold? You're the
Uh,
one who picked the bag, so what did you put it in?
just, kind of generic leather pouch, as you have. Leather pouch with the leather pull string. Like,
What do you?
pretty.
What does that? Does that help you, Alalan?
Just
Nail down with a dagger, and then it would be.
Not a bad idea.
Actually, like, if I moved Earth to just kinda like swallow up the bag for now, like make it temporarily hold, it just kinda opens up and grabs whatever and just
Okay.
sinks it into the ground.
Well, sure. You could roll me some. Roll me your move air versus bag, or earth, I guess, since the earth also allows you to move objects.
Like the Earth opens up and reaches up and swallows up the object.
I imagine it more as being the air inside the bag sort of pushes it inside out. But sure.
So what do I roll? Digging with body?
Speed and weather sense for air spells.
Oh, so I'm still doing an air spell?
Yeah, that's if you're doing earth, it's body and digging, I think.
Because again, I want to like make the ground like how
Oh.
close the bag is to the ground.
Oh, you want the ground to grab the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, give me body and digging.
Yeah, but how close is it? Like, I just want to.
Well, to the ground. Well, this thing is just swirling around, so its height is varying.
Yeah, okay, well.
Wow, 3 successes.
Wow.
There is now a very nicely made earthen hand sticking out of the cobblestones holding onto this bag. That ain't coming out.
okay.
So the hand isn't like it's
It's
trying to wrestle the bag to the ground if
No, it is like
I'm.
clenched around it. It's like a small
Oh.
pedestal with a clenched fist.
Oh, okay, well. Am I still keeping the whirlwind up, or has it gone
At
because
this point,
I lost?
Holly, by the way, also hits the ground because the bag isn't like free floating.
Yeah.
Like, am I still trapped in the smoke thingy?
It's still trapped in the whirlwind. Yes, that's still going on.
Okay, good. Because I would like to keep the tap as long as I can. Or until it stops being relevant.
Leopold, the bag's secure. What do you do?
Fold?
I'll try to look around for the aggressor. If the salt didn't seem to do anything really.
Well, unless it was Holly or Ellen, the aggressor is not here. In this room, at least.
Right. I'll head over to the stone fist and the god.
Hey guys, the thing came through the window. Check the window.
Ah, right.
It has a big tail going out the window, yes.
Open window then.
You open the window. And
Throw the
outside,
shutters open.
the tail vanishes into the darkness of the night. It's going to be a bit hard to see where exactly it's going to go end up, but you could try to follow it with your eyes.
Oh. Well, I am a cat, so I'll try and follow it then.
Are you going like outside or following it just with your eyes?
I mean,
Uh,
I imagine
I
the
fly
doorknob
after it.
Oh, Leopold has night vision. That will help a lot in this situation.
Yeah, I'm a cat.
cat.
I'll jump out the window.
Well, in that case, I'll say that you can just sort of see the smoky trails in the air.
Okay.
And where do they lead?
They go quite a distance. Like, this goes to a house across the street into an alley, then it swoops back out of that alley into another alley. And it's like, this thing curls all around. You wouldn't stumble across this. It left its tail in such a way that it's like Christmas lighting. It's always above you and never in sight.
Wow.
I'll jump out the window and
You heroically land on the street, which is like right below the window.
On all fours.
I'll aim the wrist dagger launcher thing towards wherever this is going, and
You aim it towards the last point where you can see it go, which is after it goes into one alley, then it goes left, then it goes into the street, and then back into another alley. Okay, you're aiming there. This game doesn't have an acrobatics check, I'm afraid. So we're just gonna say that dodge works in this circumstance. Well, actually, first you have to roll me ranged combat to actually aim this thing, which would be speed and body. No, speed and range combat.
okay.
You're aiming for 3 because you're aiming at a static target.
Right.
Wait, one thing. You are aiming at a large distance away, so I have to roll some penalty dice.
Okay. Run. I'm rolling my range combat speed. What's the difficulty in top?
What's your highest showing number?
Well, my speed, my speed is 86. I have nothing in range combat.
You have a career
no,
die in
no.
race combat.
Ah, yes, I do. That's a D8, so I had D6 and a D8.
I would like to ask whether, like, part of the reason I did this whirlwind would be to, like, try to coalesce the smoke, like, try to reel it in by the long tail. So I wonder if that's doing something.
But what are you doing with the smoke?
Given that it's, like, kinda going in circles in there, then I'm wondering if it's been, like, reeled in.
No, it's not reeling in. Like, the smoke disconnects and reconnects.
I
On
see.
that note, Leopold does manage to hit the shot. Despite it being dark, he actually manages to make a pretty good shot. Now, roll me your dodge, which is speed plus dodge.
Okay.
To stick this landing. You can also, I would say you would roll me jump, but dodge is more like fancy footwork.
Speed. Difficulty number?
I mean, if you just say your rolls by rolling outside the game.
Well, yeah, but for this I can just quickly do this in
Co mam jeść?
the sheet.
Just roll it for me.
Później. Później teraz.
That's a 6 and a 7.
Jesus. Yeah, you make the opposite motion of what you did last time. You feel yourself pulled along, but before you full and truly lose control of yourself, you manage to stick the landing. You are now standing besides the alley that you aimed for, while everyone else inside the house is still like dealing with the swirling vortex of spooky shadows, which is starting to recoalesce.
Okay.
So what do Holly and Llewellyn do as they see that the spooky spirit is getting control of itself?
So I'm no longer succeeding in keeping dizzy.
Yeah, the air magic is starting to wear down since you focused on the earth magic.
I mean, the earth magic is kinda set in that, okay, the pedestal is...
Yeah, the earth magic is a set element. Air eventually stops swirling, it loses energy.
Yeah, so I would like to focus back on the air magic.
Aha. Well, go ahead. Roll me that weather sense and...
Speed?
Don't forget to take your speed every day.
Threes.
It seems to be stuck, but you get the feeling that it's probably going to start lashing out at this point. Holly, what do? You're on the floor, and Leopold has left you.
I'm I'm trying to think. I can't really do a whole lot against some sort of incorporeal entity.
I mean, there's salt.
I'm just a male. I'm covered in salt. Isn't helping the situation.
Take an
I
extra.
assume my old set it on fire plan isn't going to work.
Oh yeah. Maybe like if it's made of something dark, maybe delight it and like stick a torch in it.
Yeah. Well, as it stands right now, the only light source is a lamp above you, which is it's a bowl lamp, so it's mostly indirect light that's lighting up the room. And it did hiss when you lit it up.
Great.
Well, okay, I got a torch out.
You get a torch
Like
out,
that bad boy.
and you give it a good old snappy snap with the tinder box and light it up.
Yep.
I don't think there's any appropriate rolls here to make, except for the fact that you just stick the torch right into the swirling wind, the embers, and all get caught into it, and the whirlwind starts to get hot.
Nice.
As you do so, though, the creature screams in agony.
Aha!
And we go back to Leopold.
Yeah, I'm trying to track the source of this thing down.
You take a second to wrench the mechanism out of the wall. First, since that's stuck in there, and then you'll follow down the alleyway. It goes a bit of a distance, but you get the feeling that it shouldn't be too much further, because it's starting to grow thicker again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you turn a corner and look around it, you see the origin, which is a small... There's something on the floor, something kind of roundish on the floor, and there's someone standing beside it.
Aha.
And
Tackle.
and they are wizardly looking, or at least they're like dressed in fancy robes.
Right. I'll just body them.
Okay. Roll me initiative.
How did
this-
initiative?
This
Again.
is going to go surprisingly not your way.
Hmm. Okay.
Not to be
Like-
negative here, but this guy has initiative dice.
That's
Right.
fine.
Now, how did you
It's
roll initiative
fine.
again?
So initiative
Yeah.
is the side who goes first, which is determined by me, but defaults to the heroes. Your initiative roll is against it's you just roll and the number you wait no there's a beatable number. What distance is this? How much is this many paces again? I'm gonna show you that he's medium distance away, so you have to roll against a four.
Okay, but what do I roll?
You roll your mind plus your speed dice plus any bonuses you may have. There is a thing called danger sense that some classes get that helps with this.
Okay.
Also a button.
Oh,
Button
oh damn.
See what this gives me.
in the character thing. Go.
Well, you didn't botch it.
Speed.
So, as long as you weren't planning to do anything, you get your turn. Your turn is up. They are you can easily run up to them, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, I have my charging strike.
Yeah, but that doesn't let you move your run distance, which is what you need.
Oh. Yep, I'm running towards them. Shoulder first.
So, immediately as you start running, because guess
Yeah.
what? They rolled enough to get focus.
Oh.
I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because this is just hilarious to use. I need to go to a specific page to know what the hell I'm doing here. Which is always nice when that's the kind of stuff you roll. Ooh, I think this one's going to be great. This one's going to be just great for all of us. What dice? Okay,
Very
this
scared.
plus a D10.
I mean, I'm not even there. What do we care?
Okay. My dear friend compadre, I need you to roll. Oh, you get to roll a lot on this one, so that's nice for you.
Yeah.
You get to roll body, speed, will, and endurance.
Okay.
And that's your defense. You're not rolling for resistance, so I need to know your highest number at the end of this. I need to make
So
sure
that's
I
a-
got this right, because I think he has deceit dice, doesn't he? No.
So it's
Give me
a
2
body.
seconds, I'll be right back.
So it was body, speed, will,
Yes.
and was there something else?
Resistance? What's that?
It was body, speed, will, endurance.
Endurance. Right. My
If you have any
endurance.
for that to roll.
Oh yeah, I have a d6 and a d6 in that.
Awesome.
Sure,
Now-
that's in.
I need you to note any sixes you roll. This is important.
Okay.
Oh,
I have two sixes and a 10. And two
Oh.
fours, if that's anything.
good news! You are not affected. Bad news! Reroll 3 6s. 4, actually. But the spell they were casting is an unholy spell, which has an unfortunate consequence if you roll 3 6s.
Okay. So I rolled a 10, two sixes, and two sixes and two fours. So I re-rolled the 4 6s.
What are you re-rolling?
No, you said. Didn't you say re-roll something?
No. When you roll 3 or more 6s for an unholy spell, things go bad.
Well, I rolled 2 6s and a 10.
So,
Hold on, so you got like max rolls on 3 dice there?
yeah.
Oh. Well,
Legend.
Nice.
You are too strong in your resolve to be shunted from your noble goal. Shall we say?
noble goal of punching a wizard in the face.
It's a dark wizard of some kind.
So, when you roll 3 or more 6s on a unholy check, something happens that doesn't benefit anyone. As the spirits themselves are like, no, 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 no. Which in this case is the gem that's in front of him shatters. And what that does, you will find out in a minute.
Great.
There was a gem.
Because his turn is still technically up. As his turn is up, you see him kind of go, oh no, oh no, oh hell no, this is real bad. He starts to turn tail.
Well, let's see who's the
He's not
faster
fast,
runner.
though. I don't think he's too fast, so you can probably catch up with him with the running. Oh, he's really slow.
And then he'll get eaten by the spirits.
So, as the gem shatters, more smoky figures come out, and they do not seem to be restrained anymore. The spirit that is in the room with our good old friends, the bat and the squirrel, seems to have also snapped its tail back. And it lets out an ungodly screech, as it is pestered by the light even more than before. However, it also seems to abandon its ignoble quest of stealing the gem, and the necklace and all, as it starts to slide out the window.
If it's bothered by the material,
It's bothered by the light.
I mean... Hey, Holly, do you have like a bottle in there?
Let me check.
You're gonna try
Russes
to...
around in a little bag.
Yeah,
Passes LLN a little bottle.
You have a scrap bag, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to roll me your thing first for this.
A larger
It's mind and
bottle?
searching. It's mind and searching. And if you roll at least one success, you don't have to exhaust your gift. So that's a D8 plus a D6.
Yeah, I want to trap this thing by just kind of make air coax into the bottle
Okay. Well,
and then put a stopper in it.
your bag is fine. You still have scrap to use. But the creature that slithers away. You wish to trap it? Go ahead. Roll me your move wind dice. Which again is your weather sense plus your speed. Ooh, you might have a good chance of doing this.
5 and 3.
So, this bottle isn't treated to trap elementals, but this thing seems to have sufficient solidity that as you move it into the bottle, and you just kind of reel in all the smoke as you do this. You just reel them in there. You stuff them in a jar. You now have a very angry-looking elemental in a jar. It has glowing red eyes,
Elemental?
but... What? Well, it might be an elemental. It looks elemental enough since it's made out of smoke and has spooky red eyes.
Yeah, okay.
And it sort of slams its hand against the bottle. Let me out of here. I have rights! And so forth.
Oh, so it's actually speaking
No, it's not
Oron
speaking,
now.
but it's pissed off at you for doing this.
Yeah, well, we are pissed off at it too for doing whatever it was doing.
You have a bottle with a dude in it. Awesome.
That's what I do as a wizard. I
In the
take
meantime-
control
In the meantime,
of the world.
Leobold is staring down about, let's see how many were in there still. Oh no, that's not good. There are 3 of these shadowy things in front of you now.
Okay.
You can tell though that they are more interested in him than they are interested in you.
Yes. And in that, I have an idea.
Oh
And the
my.
idea is get over here as I shoot the dagger thing at the guy.
Oh, ooh, give me.
You will
roll
likely
me,
miss.
roll me your attack, your fancy dice.
So what?
Given that you have no
This
ranks
is
in range combat.
I can. You know what? If you have anything in throwing, I'm gonna take my count that for this because this is a very weird hybrid weapon we're dealing with. I'm going to say that this weapon counts as a mixture of range combat and throwing, in that you can use your range combat dice, your speed, and your body.
Oh, if you get to use your body, then that's different.
Buddy.
Yeah, because
Buddy.
this is a mixture of personal agility and, with throwing, you can give a little swing to it to keep it straight.
Okay, so body, speed, and range combat.
Against their dodge.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, so that's a 10 for body.
Okay, I got a 5, an 8, and a 10.
Well, despite your finest of efforts, as you fire this thing right through the wispy smokes, it sort of comes in close, and then it's slow, and then it deflects, and then you see his hand sweep out and sort of clang it against the wall instead.
Oh, so here is like a wizard defense.
There's something going on here that doesn't quite make sense.
Oh.
Maybe you just had the unluckiest shot because it is going through 2 wispy smoke figures, but who knows?
Hmm.
So, as this happens, the smoke start to move. One of them moves towards you, Leobold, but it's moving towards you with like, I'm going to go right past you, and you can't stop me. And the other 2 are going after the guy.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, if they're not going to bother me, then okay.
This one might go to pick up his friend. You see the person turning his arm around, and there's a bunch of stuff going over there, but you're not quite sure. It's dark. There's smoke in the way, and the smoke is just everywhere. Even with your fine eyes, there's only so much you can make out. In the meantime, our good old friends Holly and Elalalan have to deal with the fact that there's a smoky figure looming in the darkness, coming ever closer. There's 2 eyes in the darkness facing them.
Oh, a second one.
Yeah, the one that came from our good friend.
We must be
it got here
close to
quick.
that situation then.
I mean, it's like down a couple of alleys. It's not that far away.
Yeah, okay.
Also, you're out of combat, so for you, time flows differently.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to use my own bundle to prepare a second bottle. And a torch. Can I do both at once or just one?
Sure, you can do both at once. You have enough time to take out 2 items.
Yeah, I mean, technically we're out of combat. So.
Technically speaking, they're far enough away that you can take a couple of actions.
Okay, mind and certain versus what, 3?
But that's if you have junk expert. Do you have that?
I do. Yes.
Wow, we have 2 junk experts.
I know!
Well, you now have a torch and another bottle.
Hold on, I don't even need to roll for this.
Sure, go ahead.
Versus what, a 4?
3. Yeah, the 4 or higher succeeds. It's called the rule of 4, and unless I specify otherwise, as I said, you don't have to ask. It's always 4 and higher succeeds.
Well, I got his 23, so I guess I exhausted.
A 23, but it says a 1.
Look, hover over the...
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But it doesn't matter. You now need to spend an hour digging through some trash. Yeah, okay. You need to type in 4 for the difficulty number because of how Roll20 handles comparisons.
I see.
You need to look through some junk to refill your junk supply.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing is coming closer. You do have the tools you wanted, though. That's not taken from you.
Okay. So I have a torch, which I'm going to light, and I have a bottle, and I guess the plan is the same.
So the creature inside the bottle is now being threatened by 2 torches, and it's starting to look like you're going to kill it at this rate.
Okay, I'm going to stuff the creature inside the bottle into...
a bag, some blankets, under the bed.
Yeah, I was thinking all of this, actually. Well, not at once, but like I want to keep it like close to me so that I know if it like managed to break free on accident.
I mean, the cork that's on top of it, it doesn't seem to be able to move it very well.
Well, yeah, but still,
You can
it
stuff a
could
tighter
like
cork than it can push it.
okay. Well, guess I'm just going to stuff it in like whatever bag I carry stuff in. A different one from my bundle.
Cool. But what do you do now?
Okay.
Now that you have your torches?
Now, well, now if it's my time, like if it's my turn to do something about the second one, then well, this whole move everything worked just fine last time. Let's 4 and a 6, okay.
So you're going to try to trap another one in a bottle. At this rate,
Yep.
you'll have a whole collection.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Let them go loose or what?
I don't know what you're supposed to do. That's not my place to decide.
Like,
I mean,
if
strategy worked the first time.
Okay.
if these things cause nightmares, I don't want to cause nightmares. Like, let them cause nightmares to the local populace. Like, come on.
Point is
Yeah.
that you don't succeed.
Okay.
It seems to resist this.
Okay, like for now, I just want to like swirl it around and tire it out.
You do succeed at that much.
Great. Like I'm not going like when it's weakened, then I'm going to just trap it again. Hey Holly, you wanna poke at it with your torch?
You got it. I just kind of like step forward towards it and wave the torch around, kind of somewhat menacingly.
Okay. So as you do that, it decides to do something of its own. It kind of whisks its hand around, and your torch goes out.
Oh dear.
There's this weird wave of chill that reaches over you, and the smoke around the torch coalesces around it and chokes it out.
Looks like that's not going to work the second time.
Now that it's closer and some of the light actually spills onto it, this one looks a bit bigger. In the meantime, Leopold, you see the man running away. Are you going to follow him? Or anything?
Yeah, I'll run after them after my rope launcher trick failed.
You run after him, past the smoky creatures that are following you, which unfortunately put you in the front line of whatever this guy's offensive plan is. Let's see, what is he going to pull out of his sleeve to make this go away? Well, he's certainly not going to try to make things even worse by doing something unholy once more. Oh, well, there's a very fast way you can get rid of you and make this all about you.
Ah, crap.
Let's take a look. See, ba. Oh, well, okay. He throws his hand up, and a big wall of dirt forms between you and him.
Blech.
The smoky creatures seem unimpeded by this, but you sure are.
Okay. I'll try to scrabble up the dirt
Wow.
wall.
What a
with
heroic
my
man.
no-
Roll me
with my
body
no
climbing.
Okay. Just that's a 3 on my body.
Yeah, you don't make it. You can't get a grip. This dirt is too loose, and it's kind of wet, so it's like ugh.
Odd.
As you land on your butt, and despite your best tries, you're probably not going to catch up to them unless they split out of an alley that you're closer to. But that's unlikely. Do you have any final words you wish to bestow upon this man?
Curse you, dark wizard. All the such things.
Excellent.
Damn you, whoever you are.
Okay.
Well, he's probably going to be damned right, given that he has 2 dark spirits chasing him.
Let's go back to the other dark spirits. The one of which it holds out its hand and is, you know what it wants.
And the necklace, we are not given the tab.
And I'm saving
It
myself for
doesn't want the
marriage.
necklace. Like, the other spirit kind of gave up on the necklace when the tail end broke, by the looks of it. Like, it wanted to leave
Yeah.
without it.
Yeah, okay, well.
Holly, completely clueless, just kind of like looks around, looks in her mailbag, and goes, "I don't have anything for you. I
Throw some salt at it.
don't even know your address."
Are we both holding our extinguished torches?
No, your torch is still on. Only
Yeah,
Holly's went
great.
out.
Well, I'm going to ask questions later. For now, I'm going to keep up my wind battery.
Being mean, are we? Alright.
I mean, this thing isn't trained to talk, so I can talk back.
You hear the bottle shaking around, like...
Well, I
Yeah,
hope
I
it
turned
doesn't
it-
break.
I turn to Ellen and go, "I don't think he wants to fight. I think he just wants his friend."
Ellen, can you roll me some academics in mind?
No.
Oh, you can't.
I mean, I can. I got 1, 2, 3.
You're too busy. You're too busy doing the air stuff to think about what you're doing.
I'm too bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty.
Look,
I like it.
Look. If I grew up in a country where they spoke English, maybe this wouldn't be so awkward.
I have to deal with the fact that my father can't say R for the life of him every day. So I know what it's like.
Great. So can you please not mock me for it?
No intention of mocking anybody.
So, are you just because this creature is going to explain its step plan? It is going to get closer and it's going to start making noise.
It's going to what?
This thing is stronger than the one that's in the bottle, for one.
Yeah.
At least to what you can tell from so far. What's more important is that it doesn't seem like it's just going to give this up because you're hitting it with a couple of arrows.
Okay, well, I still have my torch, so hopefully it won't want to come close to me.
Ah, yes, the torch. Like the other torch, it has turned off.
Oh, now it has.
Well, it turned off Holly's torch, so you're already aware he can do it, is more the point.
Yeah.
Leobold, you turn the corner and you see this sort of very awkward standoff. Like you're standing in such a way that the shadow is between you and them, so there's this weird smoky fog hanging in front of your friends.
Are there any light sources nearby?
Not really. Towns are usually quite dark. This is not a big enough town that they have night lights. There are a few
Right.
lights, but they're not like they're like, not anywhere useful.
Okay, well, fire attack with something in presence, I believe.
Well, where do we stand?
By the way, do I have all my stuff with me, or is
We'll
most of
say
it
that
in?
you picked up all your things when you left.
Right then. I'll try charging at this smoke creature with my silver sword.
Oh, getting fancy.
Well, it's a spirit-looking thing menacing my friends.
So,
And-
as you storm towards this creature with your silver sword in hand, roll me a melee attack. You may add your supernatural dice to this roll.
Which
You
is
have none. You're superstitious, if anything.
Okay, so that's 2d8s. Good. And a body?
Yes, it's a melee attack.
Yep.
It doesn't dodge, by the way. It's trying to be intimidating, and it isn't used to things hurting it, so if this hurts it, it's not seeing you coming.
Okay, that's a What is that? A 6, 7, and an 8. Man.
Jesus, that's a lot of hits. The creature doesn't go down. You can tell that much. It doesn't. This isn't enough to kill it, but it's certainly enough to hurt it to a degree that it kind of gives up the standoff and it sort of slinks away if you let it.
Then right, I'm not letting. I have the bottle ready.
You're free to go ahead. You will get a bonus d12 because it is reeling and in a bad position to counter.
Okay.
Or you can make it 2 bonus d8s. I don't care which one you go for.
Well, that's awful. I
Oh,
guess
wait.
I will let it slink away.
I also have strength. Does that do anything in a bit?
Oh yeah, that gives you a bonus d8 on attacks,
Right.
which I think is already in that calculation.
Well, no, but I didn't roll it in that one, so
Okay. It doesn't.
that's a 5.
That doesn't really help, but sure. Like I said, this isn't enough to actually kill it. It's enough to dissuade it and push it away, but it's not going to destroy it to hit it with just some silver.
Okay, so even with the bonus d12, I still roll like a 2, 2, and 3 for my wind move.
It starts to slink into the night. It probably swears vengeance or something as it makes screechy noises.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could speak screeching smoke ghost.
I mean, you can speak Screeching as a bat.
I mean, you have you can have high pitched hearing, so you can pick up all the subtle nuances of swearing in ghosty in smokies.
It must be a regional dialect.
What region?
Spooky one.
The fireplace.
Well,
And so
I'm feeling good about my ghost busting here. Yeah, you better run, you smoky. What's it?
you chased away a bunch of people. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one in a bottle.
Yeah, so
God knows what we're going to do with that, but we have one now.
Yep.
Well, what are we going to do with that? We are going to attract the one that ran away. Once it recovers, it will probably try to hunt us down. And then we can dispose of it for good. Because it'll be for good, because as you can see, these things are nasty and cause nightmares.
Yeah, they were being controlled by this. Did I get any kind of look at the guy?
So what you saw down the alleyway, you even with your like 0 knowledge, he looked like you got that leadership feeling from him. You're a mercenary. You know what a guy who's taken charge looks like.
I think that guy might have been like the middle manager guy. This in that Red Bandit guy's organization.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is the feeling I'm getting at least.
So, well, unless you want to do anything, the night is calm, and wherever those shadows went off to, they're not making their move tonight.
Just as well.
Back to sleeping.
Retrieve the necklace from the stone fist.
Better smooth out that floor.
All right, I would like to do that. Yeah.
You can take the time to do that by rote. So.
Okay.
I guess.
Great.
We put on some night lights.
By the way, before we go on too much, night lights. Sure, you can do that. Here's something cool that might inspire you to get creative with your elementalist powers.
Yeah, those things that I have.
Yeah, I know. I know that there are like the subplanes, but like. Oh.
No, these are just like acceptable interpretations of what elements are. To me.
Yeah.
Putting that aside, if you're just going to take a nap, I say that we cut it off here and go to the debrief.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Alrighty then.
Dinner and stuff.
Let's take a look at the debriefing, so we can see what experience points were earned, if any gifts are to be awarded. Don't forget that if you don't like a gift you get, you can always slap it down for 5 experience points.
Oh, okay.
Provided it's a thing you can untrain.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, cool. It says here you immediately have the option of accepting the gift or retraining it. Okay. So, let's start off with Leopold. Have you lived up to your... Oh, wait, don't forget, everyone gets 1 experience point for attending debrief.
Hooray!
Yay.
Let's look at your deeds. Have you followed your personal motto? Leopold, deeds not words. I think you've lived up to that more than anyone else. You take that one.
Yeah.
Alalalalalalan. The more I can do, the more I can do for others. Well, you've certainly been very creative, so I say you deserve that one.
Like, the point is that I am a hoarder of possibilities.
Yeah, and
like,
now you have
now that I have this ghost in a jar, what can I do for others?
And every little bit helps. Well, I mean, you flew straight into someone. You get that point just for trying yours best.
Yay! Did it.
Okay, so while landing a difficult shot technically requires you to have 2d12s in the opposing roll, I think the fact that you managed to fly yourself into someone, I almost want to give it for just that. But I wrote it down too specifically that I can do it. Okay, Alalan has not coerced useful knowledge, has not learned magic that can fuel such powerful effects. Has
Yeah,
Leopold lived up to his goal? Hell, he got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means he gets a gift or 5 experience points if he wishes to cash it in.
Okay. What's the gift?
What gift am I going to award for this is a good question. Well, since it was all about intimidation, I say it's going to be a social gift about being tough. Or you can have one for nobility if you feel that you want to have that edge. So you can either get etiquette, which means that you're very good at making nobles think you're awesome.
Okay.
You can get fast talk, which gives you a bonus d12 on fast negotiations.
yeah.
AKA intimidation and looking tough.
Yeah.
Let's go with that one.
Fast talk.
That's the one. That's the one he deserves, I'll say.
Fast talk. Bonus d12.
Like, stomps on person's broken leg. That's fast talk.
Yeah. Fast. By the way, fast negotiation means for any situation in which you would use negotiation, or I'll say intimidation to some extent. No, we're going to make it intimidation, which will be a special version because fast talk is specifically for negotiation.
Stop.
So I'm just going to give you a bonus d12 for whenever you try to be specifically intimidating. Not nice intimidating, like actually, I'm going to break your spine kinds of intimidation.
Okay.
I'm going to see if there's one that works up a little bit better with this, but we'll just write it down as 75. 57. So now Leopold is one hell of a scary guy.
Even his line. That really counts.
Okay, let's-
There's got to be like one that does have a presence.
I think so. So, see.
Parkour! I love a parkour as a thing you can get. You should get parkour. It'll line up nicely with what you're doing.
What page?
Well, there's acrobat, which is 50, which might be useful, especially the falling damage is weak part. There's also where is that? Parkour. Is
Being a
52.
cat already should mean that.
52 is parkour. Let me just see. Now there is geography, harmony, intimidation. Nope, there's no intimidation. That's weird. Well, you have an overconfidence, so if the situation allows it.
Okay, Pop does my
Okay.
fast climb.
There's no P. Shut up. 133. Anything else that needs to be taken care of? Not really. So, you know what? We're going to add on to this. We're going to add something else, and that is saying that every one of you, we're going to go past them, and we're going to say that you can give someone an experience point for being cool, or for something they did. And you have to justify it. So you all get to vote if you think that someone deserves an extra experience point on top of it all.
Well, Holly for the whole bat missile.
Okay, Holly, you get an extra experience point from good old Belmore.
Hooray!
Come on.
Do you want to give anyone a bonus experience point?
Well, I think that it was very important that Leopold did the thing that resulted in us finding the necklace again.
Mhm.
After the red panda had eaten it.
Okay.
Like,
Holly,
What is that?
Billmore, you
It's an
get your bonus
unboxing
experience point.
video.
Holly, who do you want to give a bonus experience point?
I'm gonna say LLN's Wind Mastery and the Stone Hand. Both really cool.
Awesome. Well, you all have a good chunk of experience points. If you want to buy any skill marks in a skill, or change your favorite use, you can do that. Or if you really want to, you
Well,
can
we
dump a
have-
gift and get a better gift. Do what you want.
Well, I have 8 experience points, so I'm going to buy 2 marks in brawling.
Oh.
So
I
I'm going to
mean-
use.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we only got to 6 unless I did mark some experience from
Yeah.
the session.
You know what? Since you just got... Okay. What do you say? Sorry, I was...
Nothing. I got 1 XP from BK's nomination and 1 from attending debrief.
Mhm.
Do I get any more XP or not?
If you followed your motto, yes. There's the debriefing, there's the motto, there's gifts which never happened, and then there's the bonus experience from your friend.
Then I guess I did the model because yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's 7, so that's... I'll keep it for now.
I'm going to
Saving up for a gift.
I'm going to attach to your goals. I'm going to attach between brackets the gift you can earn by doing this. This is easy for me because now I know what I'm giving you for it. It's also easy for you, so you know what you have to focus on if you want to get something.
Yeah, right.
So that you don't have to ask me. It's like, oh, this is what I get if I do this. So, with that all behind us, what a great session. The plot is moving along. You've met some villains. Or
Yeah.
Did some stupid things.
You got a smoky thing in a bottle. Now you can go and pretend to be lost or something, I guess. Now you have a smoke monster. I say I end the stream here. Thanks for tuning in and for turning your TV antennas to watch this broadcast.
Oh no, it was broadcast on TV. Means that people just randomly surfing between channels could have seen it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Holly,
Like,
do you want any
there's nothing to watch. Like, sports, some show that they've seen already. Oh, what's this? Like, some nerds talking over like a white screen. Huh. Like a white grid, apparently, with some chat on the side.
Do you want to add anything, BK? As closing statement?
Thank you for video game.
I think that's
Yeah.
the perfect line to end this on.